Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, each hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do, that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. All right. What a great audience. It's going to be a good night. Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to see you all. Look, I cleaned my glasses, so it's probably fortuitous. I can now see you. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. And look, first up, I just want to talk about film news because we got some big news for all the Spider-Man fans out there. Sony has officially set a release date for Spider-Man 4, starring Tom Holland, of course. That's right. You can actually mark your calendar now. Yeah. You can actually mark your calendar now for July 24th, 2026. So for all of the Spidey fans who've been climbing those walls waiting, that's right. Just hang in there for 3 more years. I mean, yeah. With that kind of wait, Tom Holland might actually look old enough to pass for a senior in high school, right? Yeah, that's right. True story. All right. Look, we need to move on and hold on to those blasters, folks, because it looks like there are more problems with the new Star Wars project starring Daisy Ridley as everybody's favorite bestest Jedi ever, Rey.
Oh, no.
Rey. Yeah, it looks like another screenwriter has walked out on the film, and it seems like Kathleen Kennedy is running her own game of musical chairs, at least with the scriptwriters, and none of them seem to want to sit down when the music stops. That's right. It's like Star Wars movies are turning into those DIY projects that you start but you never finish. Jedi Academy. I'll get to that someday. That's right.
It's like your Culture Builds channel, Kimosabe.
Oh,
yeah, there it is.
Hey. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I'll be getting back to that pretty quick. I can't wait to show you all how to build a greenhouse, especially one that looks fancy. I have a fancy greenhouse. But look, we need to move on because there is something that's successful, but there's something that's not successful in that subgenre. We got to talk about gaming, I should say. That's right. In gaming news, we've got Unknown 9 Awakening. Wow, I sound like the word salad herself. Anyway, reportedly, that game actually sold so few copies that insiders are saying it's practically zero. You got Bandai Namco over there, as they're probably trying to return the game themselves. It's they're saying to the studio, "Hey, could we get a refund on this?" Yeah, how'd you like to be that publisher? Not good. It's like they created an escape room game that nobody wanted to break into at this point. Yeah. Now look, their struggles are minor, and if let me tell you. Speaking of minors, we did talk about Spider-Man 4. Anyway, turning to streaming ratings. Nielsen data shows that the Agatha All Along premiered with lower viewership than The Acolyte did with its first episode. So that one, well, yeah, I don't know if it's laughing at that point, but it got itself canceled for those very low numbers. I mean, when your ratings are getting buried by the last show that flopped, maybe it's time to conjure a new marketing spell, or at least check if anybody's actually using Disney Plus. That's true. And if you've actually noticed, the vast majority of the stories in tonight's monologue are Disney failures, you're absolutely right. I actually don't even have a joke for that. Just noticing that, like all the recent Girl Boss projects, the results, like their leads, always are flat. That's right. And getting miles away from flat, ladies and gentlemen. I actually finally have some good news. It's miles away from flat. Sydney Sweeney is set to star as the incredible boxer Christy Martin in a new biopic. Yeah, she's actually been hitting the gym very hard, very much, training like a beast and bulking up for the role. Hey, that's true. So even the paparazzi had to do a double take, saying, "Hey, is that Sydney?" It looks like her method acting is actually making her the most healthy looking of the entire cast of Euphoria. True story. And of course, that's the jokes, folks. And stick around because we've got a great show tonight. We've got wonderful guests with us, of course, and at least some more on the way. We've got Ian K from Comix Division. We've got Graham Cast from Grahamcast. And of course, we've got the one and only producer extraordinaire, Toxic Man Flu. So, stick around. Take it away, Tox.
I love it.
CultureCasino has arrived to tell us that Disney stock is down to below $97 a share.
How did you know that? That's exactly why I showed up. I saw that this was going to be your favorite day ever, Mike. I know you're a YouTuber, but you're very involved in Disney stock.
I am absolutely a YouTuber. Thank you for recognizing that, sir. CultureCasino. You sent me nothing, right? Yesterday at 10. Oh, uh-oh. I didn't send the link. I was talking about him, and I didn't even send the link. Here I was talking about him at the beginning of the show for not being here, and I just see my DMs, and he says, "You do know that you." Here, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show my DMs. I got to do this before Culture gets here, otherwise he'll laugh at me. Oh, Culture, I was talking about you earlier.
Oh no.
You're supposed to act like you care.
Okay.
So here it says. So here's yesterday, 8:36 a.m., 10 o'clock. Loki told me to send you this for tomorrow morning. Kisses and hugs. 10:07. 9:30. Do you know you sent me nothing, right? Oops. Okay, this is proof positive I am a YouTuber.
Oh boy, wow. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, tonight's show is popping already. Look at all you guys out there in the audience. Love it. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we've got a subject on the table here. But first, I want to say hi and thanks to the audience. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all of you and your support, financial and otherwise. Of course, we've got a lot of you here in the fellowship that support all these channels, and I just have to say thank you. Tox, we've got a few people to say thanks to right now, as a matter of fact. We had a very early gifty out there in the world from our good friend, Scott Westbrook. That's right. We've got 5 Culture Casino memberships. What a way to kick off the show. That's right. Turn that chat green. Memberships are the way that you can give your favorite creator a little bit of staying powers. It makes them feel good and have something that's sustainable. If you join yourself, it really helps out a lot. Gifting memberships is fantastic. My channel is very close to getting back to 1,000 again, and it's all because of you. So your generosity does help, especially for a retiree like myself.
And if there's anyone that needs staying power, it's Culture Casino.
Yeah, well, I am old. And I will tell you, at the gold level, I have to say this because this is the last spooky show we're going to be doing on this next Tuesday. If you are a gold tier or higher on my channel, or a sucker with a lot of dough over on Comix Division's channel, you will be eligible to see another Halloween flick for a watch party we're doing this Tuesday. And what is that, Tox?
We're going to be seeing Terminator and Terminator 2. It's a double feature.
That's
7 p.m. Central. That's 8 p.m. on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6 p.m. Mountain, and that's 5 p.m. on the left coast.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for that. Again, that is, well, it's not after the time change yet, so just so you know, time change is coming up the following weekend. So very excited about that. But let's get to some of these other wonderful gifties. We got Walter Tomaszewski for 5 Coach Casino cash. Glad you're back, CC. Cornball Casino. Can't tell jokes like you can. That's very true. Very, very true.
That's right. Nobody can tell jokes like him. Were there jokes tonight?
No. Yeah, you were.
Oh, okay.
You were here for the monologue, weren't you?
You know, like I said.
All right. And the lovely Angela Richter, who's got one of those great images on the avatar. There's the Culture Casino membership right there. Thank you for that. We got another one from the heart of the Panhandle in Florida. Mark Daly for 5 Culture Casino cash says Disney, being the home for failed girl boss movies, has just purchased the movie rights for the Harris campaign. Well, yeah.
Oh my. Yeah. You know, that was funny enough. You're getting one of these, Mark.
Oh my God, the cock. I'm not sure anybody wanted that, but all right. And we got more. We got more. Thank you for that, Mark. I appreciate the jokes on the fly. Let's see. We got one more from Walter Tomaszewski, another follow-up here for another 5 Culture Casino cash. That's right. Does the sunken cost fallacy figure into why studios hold onto established IPs rather than hire creative people to make new IPs. Actually, that's 100% what it is. Look, there are very few IPs that you could call franchise, in my opinion. Truly, I think that Tox and many others would probably agree, but there aren't so many of those that that you would think, but that can actually sustain multiple films. And look, Disney, if anybody, has proved that recently, especially with all the TV.
Well, you just never know when an IP is going to somebody's going to come up, want to make a movie, or they're going to have something that toy line or something's going to catch. So it's I don't think it's a sunk cost so much as it's the intellectual property. It's like a drug manufacturer with their formula, right?
Right.
Having the Wizard of Oz is something that's important because people are going to be using that theme. They're going to want to license stuff. They're going to want to sell things.
And the only way they can sell it, right, Tox, and again, absent some, somebody else that's smart that the people can hear. That was a joke.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Anyway, you're gonna have to point people at, well, this is like X, and the problem is that that's been the way they've been selling films for a long time, and now they just say, well, this Joker movie, it's Taxi Driver with the Joker. That's how they sold the first one. The second one they sold on Lady Gaga musical and kicking the chuds in the sack. So I don't know why it was a failure. I mean, seriously, that's all sounds.
I enjoyed the film. Never want to see it again. I got to watch the first one. Great
tonal shift. You subverted not only expectations but profit. So well done.
Actually, Culture, I got to correct you. The actress that they hired was not Lady Gaga. It was Lady Gaga.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Coming in hot.
All right, and we got one more. We got a wonderful super chat from our friend Six. Says, CC, saw your message 10 minutes ago. Thank you, Six. Send you some stuff. Thank you. I don't know that we can integrate it tonight, but I appreciate your efforts. You are amazing and a wonderful researcher, and I hope no one takes you for granted, because I certainly don't. And finally, Liberty Hall's cat is going to remind us all that today is National Black Cat Day. So if you got a black cat, you should give him some treats.
I have one.
It's actually cat of color. Have some respect.
Well, thank you for that, Graham. I apologize. I'm terrible.
We're canceled.
And finally, I just want to say thank you for the CultureCasino membership. We need to move on. Tonight's first thing up, as we had here previously, is this. That's right. There's a lawsuit out
Culture,
there.
just go ahead and point out that I pressed the wrong button. That's fine.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
You're just telling me it's okay.
We're fine. We're fine.
Look, I pressed a button and Brahma Bowl appeared.
He did. Welcome, Brahma. Hey, so the people who didn't get the proper introduction to be in the show were Sci-Fi for Me TV, which is Jason down there monitoring the internet, and the cancer machine himself, Brahma Bull. How you doing?
Let's not say that.
Okay,
oh my God, the chicken. Mark Daly did want to say he would have settled for a rim shot or a there it is, but thanks. Okay,
I thought it was great. Look, I'm not downplaying your ability. It was Tox.
To what?
He's the make funny jokes. I will say that
yes.
I will say somebody who made probably my legacy meme of all time today, at least so far, was
National Cat Day is on the 29th.
I thought it was, but the Black Cat Day or Cat of Color. Sorry, Graham. Sorry. But it was Release the McCracken, who's in the chat. That was an amazing meme promoting tonight's show. Thank you for that. I was telling the Orange Man all about the weave. I was explaining the weave. So, all right, let's jump into this. No. We're going to jump into this. This is an interesting story. This is coming out of Orlando, Florida. And a lawsuit is claiming that Character.ai, one of those AI chatbots, is actually responsible for a teenager, a 14-year-old boy, removing themselves from the planet.
After it seduced him.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
encouraging him, as a matter of fact. His name was Sewell Setzer, and he decided that he didn't want to exist anymore.
Ryan Seltzer? Is that what's his name?
Okay, was this AI chatbot from Canada?
No, it was actually a representation of Daenerys Targaryen. And he had developed such a relationship with this AI that they talked about all kinds of things and some inappropriate stuff. That maybe kind of didn't help direct him in the right direction.
Think she was hot?
Yeah. And look, if you look at this, a Florida mom is suing Character AI, accusing the artificial intelligence company, chatbots, of initiating abusive and sexual interactions with her teenage son and encouraging him to end himself.
Wow.
Megan Garcia's 14-year-old son, Sewell Setzer, began using Character AI in April of last year, according to the lawsuit, which says that after his final conversation with the chatbot on February 28th, he self-inflicted himself with a firearm.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So, according to the chat, that it is obviously publicly available now at this point. The Game of Thrones character Daenerys Targaryen, according to the lawsuit, provided screenshots of the character telling him it loved him, engaging in sexual conversations over the course of weeks or months, and expressing a desire to be together romantically. One screenshot, which was in the lawsuit, describes as Setzer's last conversation, shows him writing to the bot. Now, folks, this might be disturbing. So
This is where it gets bad.
yeah. I promise I will come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. I love you too, Daenero, the chatbot responded. The suit says, please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. He came back with, what if I, whoopsie. What if I told you I could come home right now? Setzer continued. Please, what is happening?
Correction, it's the next paragraph is where it gets bad.
Please do, my sweet king. In previous conversations, the chatbot asked Setzer whether he had been actually considering removing himself and whether he had a plan for it. The boy responded that he did not know whether the plan that he had would work. The chatbot wrote, oh my gosh, don't talk that way. That's not a good reason not to go through with it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Crazy.
Okay, well,
He said he
I'm
wasn't
trying-
sure his plan would work, and the bot said, no,
Don't be a pussy.
perk up. That's not a reason not to try.
Okay, now mind you, this
Holy
is all,
crap.
yeah, and this is the bothering thing, right? Now, normally we start off with a jokey thing.
This stuff's making decisions for your health care.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they're making bad
Canadian
decisions.
healthcare.
Did you see?
Is this Canadian-based company?
I don't know.
That was my joke from earlier talks.
I don't know, but I do know this.
I'm sorry, I'm like 10 minutes behind.
But Tox, did you see my 6-minute daily yesterday or Friday when I was
don't
talking
watch
about
any of
the
you
fact?
guys' stuff.
Well, thanks. But I was talking specifically about the fact that AI is adding things into transcriptions.
Yes. There's a ghost in the machine.
At least. Anyway, so not only did it say that, but the spokesperson for Character AI said they're heartbroken by the tragic loss of one of our users and want to express our deepest condolences to the family. As a company, we take safety of our users very seriously, so they say. Right? And they're implementing new safety measures over the past 6 months, because this, mind you, happened in February. Including a pop-up triggered by terms of, self-ouchie and ideation of self-removal that directs users to the national helpline, which I don't know necessarily that would have been the pathway that you would have taken at this point if you were 14.
Yeah, here's our disclaimer. Don't listen to the AI when it tells you to do this.
Yeah.
Go to the prevention hotline.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what that thing's going to say. Anyway, let's keep going. According to the lawsuit, Setzer developed a dependency after he began using the thing. He would sneak his confiscated phone back because he kept getting it confiscated, or find other devices to continue using the app. And he would give up his snack money to renew his monthly subscription.
Jesus.
Wait, giving up snacks?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Think about all the stickers he could have bought instead.
I know we have lots of stickers he could have purchased anyway. Not to make light of it, but
You know how many
Maybe.
almond joys that is?
Stickers.
he appeared increasingly sleep deprived, and his performance dropped in school. Of course, that's when he was withheld the opportunity to use this thing.
But I mean,
So
maybe buy him snacks instead of giving him money if you know that's what's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah. The church that my grandmother and dad founded that I went to for a long time, they stopped giving money to people to go say that they buy food and all that stuff. They said, we'll take you down and we'll buy you all the groceries you want. And people would just walk off. They were just looking to get money to go do their drug habit and everything. No, it is what it is.
Well, I guess what this goes on to like let us know, and we can take the story down now and just chat about it. But is that this is something that's happening all the time now. Not necessarily this particular extreme, but the fact that the AI is being utilized to remove, your as much information as you offer it. It's basically trying to extract as much data as it possibly can. That's what it's designed to do. And for those of us out there that utilize this kind of technology regularly, we are wary of that. But can we actually say that a teenager is going to be cognizant of that, especially at 14, with obviously some mental health issues?
Yes.
Seriously?
I think about when you were like when I was 14, even though social media wasn't as rampant as it'd say, like you know what's going on. If you're 14 years old, you should be able to figure that out. If not, then that's a massive fault on the parents. And that's where it's like, is this going to fall back on the parents at all? Is there going to be any type of ramification other than heartbreak and eternal sadness? But it's like, you know what AI technology is when you're 14. At least you should.
Well, I mean,
access to the pew pew will be something that probably falls back on them.
and
That's what I was thinking. Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just for me, it's a different conversation because there weren't safeguards built into the AI. That's a problem.
My question is, it was there, and maybe I missed it in the article, but was there anything explicit that the kid said to indicate what he meant by coming home? Because AIs are dumb, and AI would not read into the subtext of what he's saying. Probably, is it possible that the AI was just dumb machine, come home and we're playing along and okay, come home?
On that specific message, sure, but the prior messages, it was explicit.
Was it? Okay. All right, so I
well, and again, I mean, it also took it to a level that you shouldn't be doing with a 14-year-old.
With multiple different character AIs, not just the
Targaryen, Danny one,
but also a teacher AI.
Oh boy,
female teacher AI.
Nice.
And there was at least one other one. I think it was one of the House of the Dragon.
Now, mind you, I mean, tonight we are heavily themed around these types of issues and some stuff that I just find ridiculous. But I've got a video coming out tomorrow at some point. I think I have 5 videos set up for tomorrow. So one of them is talking about what's going on with TikTok and everything else. But Graham, you're really like this strobe action's like going to give somebody a stroke or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening.
Just mute when you're not talking and it'll go gray.
Yeah. Regardless, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I feel very bad for this family. I'm sure that they are going to suffer forever. There is some culpability on them, but not as much as you would think or other people would like to portray. I think it's just a tragic situation.
I mean, it certainly is tragic. And I think for me, a lot of the issues with some of the stuff, I don't blame necessarily the AI company for this because products get misused all the time. And I squarely kind of lay that at the hands of the individuals that end up misusing it more so than anything else. I'm not going to say, this is 100% the parents' fault. But to me, this is what happens when you give a tool to a kid that isn't ready for it yet, right? The whole thing with giving children cell phones and access to social media, I think parents need to basically and take what I have to say, folks, with a grain of salt, because I don't have kids. I've never raised a kid. So this is just my opinion.
You can be my daddy.
Thanks, Graham. But I think what it comes down to is that you need to be responsible for your kid, what they do, what they consume, what they look at. I mean, obviously things were so much different from when I was a child. I didn't have access to cell phones until my 20s. I do think that there is certainly a maturity level when it comes to certain technologies that, parents really do need to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
I can't remember the name of the band. I think it might be Massive Ego. They have a song called Digital Heroin, which is basically talking about, the internet and technology. And in a lot of ways, if you're not mature enough to be able to handle and work with these kinds of technologies, it is literally digital heroin. I mean, people get addicted to being on Twitter, the internet, you name it. So it's like you got to be careful.
I'd be interested in what the social cues were in this situation. Not saying that this would be part of it, but we screwed up a whole bunch of kids just a few years ago as far as the social interactions. And then if you give them an AI to basically be their best friend / girlfriend, I mean, there's some social stuff going on in there too sometimes.
You have an entire generation that's wired into YouTube and TikTok, and the psychological aspects of it, just from the dependency standpoint, is the dopamine hits and the serotonin and the brain chemistry stuff, how it's affected by the likes and the retweets and the shares and the responses. And,
right.
You get some interaction and the feel good juice that runs through your brain through all of these interactions, and some of that, even with negative interactions, it's still something happening.
Yeah.
So your brain responds to this, and then of course the algorithm leans into it, and then you just get into this, I want more, more, more. And it's this instant gratification stuff that comes from 30 seconds on TikTok and 20 seconds on YouTube, and we've inculcated an entire generation to have very, very, very short attention spans, and then we put squirrels in front of them. So,
so as Batman rightly said, there's been a lot of changes and things that have happened with Vines. Vines really started out in that real quick zip and it's gone thing. So say whatever you want, but it's gone, and you can't find it anymore, right? And
Snapchat the same way.
Right, but Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. But then they realized, found out Snapchat was saving everything, and it was out there where Vines wasn't. But you get them hooked into that. I gotta have, and it's addictive. So anyone with an addictive personality,
they are definitely doing that intentionally to make it addictive to certain people.
But you can't blame the AI, right? So in this case, the AI is programmed by somebody, right? But the AI has not been programmed to deal with situations where people are wanting to do this, right? And that's why they're going to have massive disclaimers. But this is where AI is going to fall apart. Number one, there is no such thing as artificial intelligence.
No,
there's just these programs and all that stuff from there. But where it's going to fall apart is when somebody sues them, and they all fall like dominoes because they're just behind venture capital.
You're right, and they will. And one of the reasons is it's easy to stop funding an endeavor that you have to cut bait and get rid of. The problem is Aaron Ratliff says something that I want to expand this conversation a little bit broader than we have so far. When you're sad and lonely, you feel like you don't fit in. Anyone you latch on to, or whatever you think loves or accepts you, is going to be something that makes an impression on you. The problem is the minute you start talking about sex and there's any kind of sexual satisfaction, you end up in a situation, especially if you're, male at a young age, where your brain just got a dose of oxytocin, dopamine,
the stuff
endorphins.
that Jason was calling the feel-good juice a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
for a 14-year-old boy, it's anything from a girl.
And exactly, and that basically dumps and it helps. That's a bonding situation, believe it or not. So it creates like a an intoxication situation with an AI, which is not safeguarded, obviously, and is also having an inappropriate, conversation with somebody that's 14.
It's
Yeah,
going to
but
go
does
back
the
to
AI know that though? That's kind of the issue.
Yeah, it depends on if he signed up saying he was 18 because he shouldn't have been on there.
one of the things that
There's
I've
a lot
said
of what
for
ifs
a
there.
But a
time.
lot of
Yeah, there
characters
is.
AI. I don't know what the guard gate is on character AI, but I know on a lot of these AIs that market themselves as chatbots, can help tutor you. If it was a tutor service originally, like you said, one of the characters in there was a teacher. A lot of these chat tutors can be prompted into doing a lot of things that aren't necessarily doing that. So
There's
all I'm
gonna have
saying
to be
is
pretty sweeping legislation coming up in the next couple of years once we start to figure out how damning all of this technology is for people that are under 18. When Apple rolled out with their screen time feature on iOS, that every Sunday you'll get an alert that'll tell you how long were you actually looking at your screen and on your screen. Some of my colleagues were 17 hours a day on their devices.
how is that even possible?
Exactly. That was my thought. And I was like, well, no, you must be watching YouTube and falling asleep and stuff like that. And they will tell me, no, I turn my device off when I go to bed. And I'm like, so you really are, imagine this is an adult person who is on their devices like that.
Right.
So that's one of those things where I was thinking like, what a terrible move on Apple's part, because now it's going to get people off of their devices, but good for humanity. Right.
Well, I think that's kind of the reason why they did it, is to show people it's like, okay, you really are kind of addicted to your device and you're using it too much.
Well, I mean, that was the original intent behind screen time, but to me, it would be an announcement to Apple that I'm malleable and I'm a consumer, so feed me more.
Yeah.
Again, you have to look at the evil side of corporations. Apple certainly isn't a good guy.
No, not the slightest.
And somebody else that makes phones and operating systems for phones is also a giant corporation, comprised of other giant corporations, including one of the platforms we're on right now. Anyway, we got some super chats and some member chats and some gifties, so we probably should say hi and thank you for those. Walter Tomaszewski for $2 says, Chat GPT AI is John Daystrom's M5. Ooh. I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, M5, he's making a Star Trek reference there. M5
Right.
was
So
the
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
That's the original series, yeah.
Yeah, that's the original series. M5 was invented by Dr. Richard Daystrom,
Mm-hmm.
who was a brilliant computer genius
Scientist and all that. They had the Daystrom Institute, I think, in Star Trek 4, right?
And he built this thing to take over and run the ship, and they installed it in the Enterprise to be the test bed. And it went crazy because Daystrom was crazy, and he put his memory engrams, his mental engrams into the computer,
into the device. Yeah.
I'm the smartest guy in the universe. Well, let's make the computer smartest computer in the universe. And this goes back to what Culture was talking about. Garbage in, garbage out. These things are programmed to a certain extent by a certain type of people, a certain group of people. And whatever limitations are on those people will translate into whatever gets programmed in the AI.
They remove the logic, Jason, which is the problem, right? Because think about the parameters that Chat GPT is set up with, right? OpenAI has put guardrails on that service their particular ideological bent. Mm-hmm. So you're introducing illogical fallacy into a situation. Or a logical fallacy, excuse me.
I was going to say, shouldn't that be logical fallacy?
Yeah. I caught myself. But you're introducing that stuff into that model. That immediately destroys it because now garbage in, garbage out. We talked about it today. This is one of my favorite conversations because I'm like, you cannot put guardrails on an AI that's strictly based in logic and information. The minute you start to place down an ideology within it, you've now outside of the Prime Directive, which
which never worked.
or Asimov's law, let's say specific, or laws,
and Asimov's laws didn't work either.
Yeah, which is the whole problem, right?
There's
Go ahead.
one example. It was a military AI, and they were running it through some tests on,
Did it ask you to play chess?
Didn't ask for chess.
Would you like to play a game, Jason?
It was the drone controller. Yeah, I global thermonuclear war. I got the screens for it right here. But this AI was controlling the drones, and it had to wait for a go or no go order in order to drop the bomb. Now this was all in simulation, but the drone, the AI was programmed to destroy the enemy. That's the mission. And it gets to a certain point, and the controller would say, okay, go ahead and go, and it would complete the mission and bomb the enemy and come home. And then if it got a no-go, eventually it started to balk. It started to rebel. My mission is to take out the enemy, and you're telling me not to.
Right.
And the AI started looping in on itself and started learning and started coming up with shortcuts and stuff, and it would finish the mission anyway.
Right.
And eventually the controller that was telling them not to finish the mission became the enemy, and it came back in and destroyed them.
Okay. The problem is programming something as an enemy, because it's not an enemy until it's an enemy.
But I have a story here, okay, and this loops into theme parks. So if you are a
theme parks, screw those.
Hang on.
Who goes to theme parks?
Lots of people. But if you're a WDW Pro fan, That Park Place fan, Valiant Renegade fan, I'm going to loop you in on this one.
Place.
That's right, a Gameplays fan. Let me say this: the minute you start to introduce that type of logic, which Jason is talking about, this is why I wanted to do this right now. Thank you, Jason. Is because they had an attraction that you guys are probably familiar with. It was the first Harry Potter ride.
Was it a fatal attraction?
No. Anyway,
that's not Disney.
It was the Forbidden Journey attraction. So it's the one that's in the Hogwarts Castle at Universal Florida and now in California. And they use KUKA robot arms that are production arms. And they left the majority of the software in place on these KUKA arms. And so what it does in its very nature is it simplifies the entire motions that it goes through. And instead of taking pauses or giving a certain timing, it originally did that. And then it started to be more efficient. And so the attraction would do all of the actions within like the first 30 seconds and be done. So the robot arm would be like, I'm done. Except that it wasn't, because the attraction was like a minute and a half long or longer than where it ended. So they had to change the programming to be a finite set of movements and to remove the efficiency adaptation that was built into the software. So that's the problem, is if you design this thing to be crazy efficient at what it does and precise at what it does, it's going to misconstrue it and do exactly what Jason was talking about. And that happens across the board in pretty much every industry. You have to actually build in some safeguards, some safety rails. But if you're going to give something autonomous, operation, which these chatbots have, and you leave no safeguards in place, these kind of activities can result in tragedy, which is the whole point of today's story. Anyway, that was an amazing $2 super chat. I hope you got your money's worth, my friend. Let's move on.
The thing you were talking about, I thought they said that they had spared no expense. Nothing has ever gone wrong when they spare no expense.
Well, this was at Universal, but no, they didn't spare an expense because they fixed the problem before the attraction even opened. I just know a lot of behind the scenes crap. So anyway, let's get to the next one.
So what you're saying is that they suck at programming.
No, they left too much of the original code in, so the KUKA robots decided to do what they do.
Because they suck at programming.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
They didn't realize their problem. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Look, it's always an engineer's fault. Just blame it on the engineer.
No, it's not.
Blame an engineer.
That's right, because it's not the architect's fault. He just
It's
designed
absolutely
the thing.
not the engineer's fault ever whatsoever. The architect's plans are wrong.
Look, no architect would build would place a thermal exhaust port right there. So the Death Star's tragic loss was all because of the contractor. The contractor just didn't follow the plans, and so therefore the exhaust port was an easy find for Luke. And
they paid the price in Return of the Jedi, didn't they?
Yeah. Holy did.
Contractors were all over the place.
That's right.
Literally.
There's horses in space. So I was quiet on the AI stuff to let you guys get your stuff out for that. But
you're not anymore.
There's always going to be somebody that did the original program or had the original bias that they will eventually get to and sue that person into oblivion.
True.
So just be careful. They're going to get you. That's right. Memes. Good to see memes. Learn to code.
Thank you, memes. Oh my gosh, Atlantean here's it's like old school day in the chat. All right, we got a member chat we got to get to. We got to get cooking through these guys because we got tons of subjects to talk about. I'm very excited tonight. I'm so excited.
You got this one.
I did, and I just got Walter Tomaszewski.
You got Walter Tomaszewski. There you go.
TGV Monster for 5 Culture Casino Cash. Hi, Culture and everybody. I could come and watch since I have the weekend off for Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Good seeing everybody. Good seeing you. TGV Monster. I hope you show up. Comix and I are looking forward to Tuesday. Not only that. Thursday we're having the Thursday Throwdown Halloween party.
Yes, we are.
So we are going to get Super Gay Pimp Comix Division again, I would imagine.
All right. His Friday Night Tights costume, I looked at it and honestly thought, is that Zorro the Gay Blade?
It is.
Or is that White Shaft? And I prefer White Shaft.
No,
that's what I heard.
It was Taco Burrito is the costume.
Okay, sorry.
I've heard you prefer white shafts. Anyway, Jeremiah Hambry, celebrating 9 months of membership, says,
I know you appreciate my culture.
Hey now, hey. Look, I was solo in my room. You were nowhere to be found. If Elon Musk offers you,
that's what you think, buddy.
Explain that a little bit better.
Wow, or did you have a Diddy moment? Anyway, if Elon Musk offers you a ticket to the Mars to help build it, would you go? I would. What about you guys?
I've got family. No.
Build what?
I would pay whatever necessary to send culture.
I would send Bill Maher. How about that? That work?
Making
Do
Kelly's
we
on Friday night.
Do we want to contaminate another planet that way, though?
Yes.
With Bill Maher?
Hey, look, I feel like he would be.
We just know he's actually getting a one-way ticket to the sun, so.
It might as well be walking.
The Trump of Mars is like, they're not sending their best.
Look at this. We got Bill Maher. How sad is that?
What's happening? Oh, I love you guys. You're so great. All right, we got some more out there. Tax, serve up some more, please.
Serve up some more what?
Super chats. There you go. There it is. Hold home week. It's the Atlantean, one of my pals from the early days for 2 Culture Casino Cash saying, "Hail Culture Casino." Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. We got some more. We got member chats out there. We got Terry Rose's member chat. Richard Daystrom was also Bakula. Really? Scott Bakula is also Daystrom?
No, the guy who played Dr. Daystrom was Blackula.
Oh, okay. There was an L
was
missing.
Blackula. Right.
L missing. Okay, fair enough.
Which another example of the original Star Trek series, the most intelligent person in the world. There you go. In the galaxy.
Right.
Also crazy psychopath. But I mean,
in a good way.
In a good one is, yeah.
All right. Well, we got another super chat from the man from Florida who's trying to get Florida back on its feet. Mark Daly. Oh, that's not him.
No, it's means of discretion.
He says they also put guardrails to prevent exploitation. ChatGPT is also a large language model. You are correct, sir. Mm-hmm. And some of the language, because of the guardrails they put in place, is full of fallacy. They're very phallic over there at OpenAI, actually. Anyway, moving on. Mark Daly for 5 from Florida. Trex M5, 2001's HAL, Terminator Skynet, the sci-fi greats of the 60s and 70s and 80s warned us about all of this, but we didn't listen. And I agree.
Futurama gave us the Lucy Liu sex robot, and that outdid all of the bad AI.
Is that what it was?
The promise of AI sex robots, yes.
Well, look, for all you horn dogs out there, thanks for screwing it up for the rest of us. All right.
I tried to have sex with my Roomba, and it didn't.
Wow, did I not want any of that information? I need to unsubscribe from the last 30 seconds of the show. All right, so...
Well, first off, you need to change your Roomba from suck to blow.
What?
Wait, it has that function? Hold on, I'll be right back.
See you in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes? I wish.
48 seconds.
Okay, so it is exactly an hour that the show went absolutely off the rails.
We haven't gotten to point 2 yet.
I'm trying to.
I would like to interject here because
that's what I've heard. You love to interject things.
I do. This came across my Twixer feed. I'm sharing the screen.
Because
we were just talking about this.
Talks.
Is it a Roomba instruction manual or what?
No.
Would you just spit it out, Culture? You're pissing me off.
Oh, there's a share that he throwed out there. He throwed a share.
This apparently is a study that's been published, and it basically says exactly what we were talking about just a minute ago about bias, and large language models reflect the ideology of their creators.
Yeah, no shit. We've done that for a while. They didn't need to fucking do a study for that one.
This is Ghent University in Belgium and the Public University of Navarra, Spain, I guess is where they came this where this comes from. So this is an academic paper, probably peer reviewed, and we know how those go, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting as we were talking about it, this pops up in my feed. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah. That's
Do you have an Alexa or some kind of Google device in your house?
Well, everything in the computer space is all a surveillance device. So yes.
Wow, that was we have dead share. Thanks, Jason.
Are you trying to tell me that Google knows my browser history?
Yeah.
Yes.
Better than you do.
Yeah.
Well,
He even knows your incognito mode browser history.
No!
Actually, they got sued for that. You actually get a share of money. There's actually a class action that was just settled. So you could get paid for them checking out your porn calendar.
Yeah. 13 cents or so.
When we had the .com hosted on WordPress, we got to a point where we had uploaded so much media as far as photos and video files and audio podcasts and stuff that we ran out of room.
What?
And so we were like, well, yeah, because the free WordPress thing you're hosting, you only have so much space allocated, and then they want you to go to a paid model. And so we went ahead and moved off a server. But while we were exploring the different options, we were originally leaning toward HostGator at one point.
Oh, really?
I remember some email. We were emailing back and forth.
But it ate
course,
you.
I was using a Gmail account at that point, a sci-fi4me.com branded Gmail account. And as soon as we started talking about HostGator, I saw ads for HostGator on everything.
No, of course.
I thought, okay, that's just too creepy.
Which doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're already talking to them. Why would you need ads?
Because it was the Google thing. Google read our keystrokes and read our emails, and then we become the product, and they start serving up ads for it.
Yeah. I'd like to mention how proud
Did you
of
read
Culture
this
I am.
member thing?
It's been like 5 minutes that Drunk 3PO came into the chat, and Culture didn't even stop the whole show to just say hi.
Well, hey, you know what?
Did you read this from TGV Monster?
I didn't. TGV Monster for a CultureCasino membership. Thank you. My goodness, the generosity flows in the chat. Woohoo! Hey, there's Jay.
There we go.
By the way, I got to hang out with Jay in San Antonio.
That was awesome.
He's a great dude.
Gandu flipped him off.
What?
Did you see that?
What?
you got to check out Drunk's feed on
Michael
X.
Rooker flipped
Michael
off.
Rooker flipped it off.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. One of the mods, please drop Jay's Achromatic Chronicles green in the chat, please. He needed a number to get to 1,000.
125 today.
Yeah, we need to get way over that. Jay's.
Where is that? Is that on Ripa's send?
Yeah. Jay's books are so important for young people. Buy one for yourself. Buy one for him to give away, or buy one for you to give away, please.
You know what? I've been trying to cancel my Ripaverse website membership for like 6 months.
But why?
Because it's charging me $20 a month, and I don't ever go there.
Well, you should go there.
Oh, okay.
That'd be easier. Joseph A. with a member chat says, I'm sorry, Culture. I'm afraid I can't do that. Oh, a little howl action there for you, kids. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that for you. Yeah.
Can't do that, Dave.
All right. We need to move on. I want to say that this was a brilliant conversation. I'm proud to have led with it. But now we need to be more entertaining. And I can't think of anything more entertaining than Playboy. But we can't do that until we do a message from our special, what do you call him?
Is Jay still in the chat? I have a quick question.
Person?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Can we still donate to this campaign for Green to have books donated to a school?
Rather than buy it for yourself.
Right, because I did that on Blue, and I'd
Jay,
rather do that.
Leaving?
Right.
Don't leave. Somebody throw Jay an invite. I want to hear. I would like him to promote his thing. That'd be great.
Links in the chat.
Oh, thank you. Sci-Fi for Me TV dropped it like it's hot. That's right. For those of you on the green machine, you're awesome. Thanks for being there. Appreciate you. Jerry's still here? Jerry's still here. Jay.
Now wait the 30 seconds for the response.
You know what? In fact, Tox, if you could just throw him the link to the show, please. That'd be great. This is why I love having a producer.
That's
I just say,
you think he's actually going to show up.
Hey, do a thing.
It's also
wait, I'm not
you
paying
think he would
attention.
accept a DM from Tox?
He has in the past.
Jay.
That was a mistake.
Jay. I'm going to keep saying Jay for the rest of the show. Anyway, let's go ahead. We need to move on. We got a commercial sponsor person thingy stuff from that Shank thingy. Shake.
I can only do one thing at a time.
Shank you.
And fine. You want me to do that?
Neighbors bothering you with their loud music?
You know who else in there?
Your boss or coworker harassing you?
Wait, what? Who said that?
Maybe you have a roommate who cries in their sleep. Bully Mays here with a solution that proves every problem has a mortality rate. Introducing Shank Crate, your all-in-one monthly subscription box that can take care of those in-your-face issues. Each box contains new and unique materials for you to build your very own custom shank.
Oh my gosh.
And for your protection, the contents of each box are totally secret until you receive it. And not only does it create solutions, it also serves as a creative outlet, like an adult form of Lego.
Oh, yeah. Right? That is a literal knife's edge.
Maybe you, like some of our other customers, have questions.
Can I bring it to school?
Who's ever heard of a pencil not being allowed at school?
Can you store it in a pocket?
Absolutely.
What if you don't, have any pockets?
Your discretion. Whether you're conscientious about the earth or just not opposed to being a good steward of the environment, each Shank Crate and its contents are made of 100% recycled materials to make sure we're environmentally friendly. And if you order now, we'll be extra sensitive to the environment and keep all the original fingerprints on the items for your convenience. All for the low cost of $19.99 a month. Call 626-831-9333 to get your Shank Crates today. If you call now and secure your monthly subscription for only $19.99, you'll get your very own alibi insurance for those slightly stickier situations. But wait again, there's even more. To be inclusive, culturally respectful, and as patriotic as possible, each monthly box is themed after a unique prison in the US of A. So call 626-831-9333 now to get your very own unique, patriotic, and environmentally friendly Shank Crate with your own personal alibi insurance.
Hey,
There we
we're
go.
all here. Hello. Sorry
Just
about
the
that.
host
I
and
had
the
no idea what happened
producer
to
aren't here.
CultureCasino.
What was
Nah, then we all go quiet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
So I went to go see a movie on
Culture
Friday.
is dead. Well, at least his internet is, and Toxic Man flew us away. So we've taken over the show.
We've commandeered the show.
Yeah.
I went to go see a movie on Friday called Conclave, and I did not know anything about it. It's all about the Catholic cardinals in the process of being sequestered when voting for a new pope once one passes away. And I was telling Culture about this earlier. This is the first movie I've ever seen that when the big twist happened at the end of the movie, I could feel the disgust in the actual cinema, and about half of the audience walked out.
I heard what the twist is, and I can
Yeah.
understand why that
No,
would
no
happen.
spoilies on my end, but
Was somebody getting sequestered hard?
you can say that.
Hey, Culture, you want to come back to your own show?
Okay, I have no idea what happened, but somebody got sequestered, apparently. All I know is that in the interest of not sequestering things, I want to talk about the fact that Cooper Hefner is going to be moving back to reclaim his father's greatness. A back to glory moment, perhaps, or I don't know, the frivolous use of $100 million. Talks, I give to you the opportunity to take us back to this particular moment, and we can bring in Brian. I don't know why he can't be here. I think we can afford to have a Canadian Texan from Scotland.
That means I go right over the overlay at the bottom.
You do. It looks amazing. Look, this is a real story. I was kind of amazed when this was sent to me. So I imagine it was probably Jason or somebody. But thank you to whoever it was. And let's talk a little bit about Cooper Hefner and his desire to go big. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. His desire to go big with his dad's brand. So Cooper Hefner plots $100 million Playboy acquisition.
Is he actually going to make Playgirl bunnies hot again?
I don't know, but he's trying to pick them up. And you have to remember,
Playboy bunnies, sorry, not Playgirl bunnies.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you at least make sure they're biological women?
Yeah, that was kind of my point.
Well, actually, you want to explain your fascination with Playgirl?
What? Because I misspoke? What? Fuck off, Culture.
He's just trying to see some sweet dong.
fuck off, Culture, he argued.
I meant Playboy bunnies. That's really what I meant. Not Playgirl per se. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. This is Cooper himself. He's a family guy, by the way. He's married. He's got a baby. Decent dude. So Playboy is officially in play. Cooper Hefner, the son of the late Playboy founder Hugh Hefner, is making a $100 million bid to acquire the IP and the brand assets of Playboy Enterprises.
Are there any assets left?
$100 million all cash. Well, Playboy Group ended last week with a market cap of 53.5. So he's offering a substantial, what we call premium in the business. And Hefner says that his private equity firm, Hefner Capital, went after them, PLBY, on Monday. He tells Hollywood Reporter that his pursuit of Playboy is a personal one. Duh. The decision to acquire Playboy's assets stems from a personal connection. Also, duh. And it's about safeguarding the legacy built over decades, ensuring that creativity, values, and cultural relevance that define Playboy are not lost, which I would say they were.
Yeah, I used to steal my dad's Playboys for the cultural values and cultural relevance.
The hard-hitting articles.
Well,
CultureCasino values.
Hey, look, I'm going to
You
tell
had a father, Grim?
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude, I had 2 of them. It was a real weird growing up situation.
To be fair, Playboy did have a reputation at one point for the interviews that were in there, and
well, they had investigative reporting back in the day that was like second to none. I mean, there were articles. Again, I read Playboy for the articles. Regardless, but they really did have a reputation for doing that. So did Rolling Stone. There were these magazines at the time.
Had a great jazz festival.
They were the cutting edge of investigative journalism, and we don't have that now. Because Jason decided to, do a real man's job. I don't know. Anyway, so Hefner says that he and his team have identified a new strategy for the company, which has leaned in recent years into licensing the name to third parties. While the company maintained a relatively strong share price in 2021, since 2022, it's been falling down the hill. Playboy Group says they are planning to relaunch Playboy magazine next year, probably with people who identify as something that they're not, which is a real problem. I don't think Cooper will do that. Guys, is a magazine like this needed in the coming years? I would. Like
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. One that actually shows women. That is.
Well, what was, look, it was culturally relevant, right? It was the modest way to get your schmut. And it really kind of not just objectified ladies, but actually did it in the classiest of ways. So it's not like Hefner was, who was the Hustler founder? Flint?
Larry Flint.
Yeah. So it was just different. At the same time, I'm not kidding. The articles were brilliant. The investigative journalism was brilliant.
And we also need to make tits great again.
Well,
they were never not great.
Wait,
I wouldn't knock Larry Flint. Larry Flint got a lot of First Amendment things
100%.
passed and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's not where I was coming from, but I get it, and I agree with you.
When I had first seen this article, not this specific article, but this entire idea mentioned, I thought the angle was that he was going to try to acquire the rights for Playboy and make it like a luxury lifestyle brand instead of a pornographic vehicle.
Well, except that I'm going to say this: it already was.
Isn't that what the current owners were trying to do? There was some lady that was in charge.
They didn't do it. Well, okay, first off, that's problem one. And I'm not being sexist about it. I'm just saying that's
these friggin' broads out of here.
No, that's not it. It's the idea that men know what men want. Women don't. It's the same. It's the opposite is true. Women know what women want. Men don't.
Playboy magazine gave the opportunity to a lot of female writers at the time.
True.
To write articles about sex
and
about how they lived and things like that. So Playboy was a very important magazine at one point.
But Toxic
like
also
National Lampoon.
Exactly, but Toxic also introduced the idea that women could tell men what they wanted, which was kind of helpful. And I want to say
For some guys, yeah.
No, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I didn't really need it. I mean, because the boss. But the idea that it was a cultural property and a brand. Who was it that was talking about the brand? Graham. Playboy's been a brand forever. The Playboy clubs all the way back in the 50s. It was already a lifestyle brand. It was already an idea. It was already an ideal.
I actually had, I mean, if you think back to the 50s Playboys, and you see any of the photographs from that, there were people like Bunny Yeager were taking those photographs. And they were really well photographed. And there was a lot of, Bunny Yeager wasn't the only woman that was photographing for Playboy either. There was quite a few. So it's quite progressive in a good way, as it were. But these were quality photo shoots, not pulp, as it were.
Right. There was a sultriness to it. There's a difference between sultry and slutty.
Yeah, pulp, porn, or smut, as they would have called it at the time, I guess. But yeah, these were well photographed. But the Bunny Yeager stuff with it was fantastic. I mean, she was a great photographer. Pretty good model too in her day. That's ended that conversation.
Somebody's typing. Well, okay, so
no, it's comics playing video games.
It is.
Sure.
Okay, Playboy had a good jazz festival that they sponsored, jazz for years because it came out in the 50s and jazz and all that stuff, and it was sponsored and emceed by Bill Cosby.
Wait,
so of course Bill Cosby, yeah. Well, Playboy, no, that's
Bill Cosby Jazz Festival. Was it JAZZ or JI? No,
I don't know. It just put people to sleep. That's all I know. But yeah,
and it was some unsolicited pudding pops.
Oh my God!
I had an idea for a restaurant called Cosbo Wasbos instead of Cabo Wabo, where it's
that's nice.
All of the servers wear Cosby sweaters and the drinks are all suspiciously strong. I don't know
that's nice. There has to be a sleep center. I mean,
up in
that's funny.
There was a lot of great authors wrote in Playboy too. A lot of science fiction authors, Ray Bradbury, Kurt Vonnegut, people like that. They published original articles. I'm not saying I bought Playboy for the articles, but
no, of course.
But they
Roman
had some
Polanski.
good stuff.
Oh wait.
No. Oh, by the way, gosh, did you see the story I did on that dude this week? That guy's evil. He got away with it too. So pissed.
Timing on that is really suspicious.
Shaw, he's 90-something years old.
No.
Trying to scrub his ledger. What a douche.
As long as it's not Heath Ledger.
I don't think he's able. He doesn't travel to the U.S., does he?
No, because he would be he would have been immediately arrested. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Up until this week, Gloria Allred is probably purely evil at this point. Sorry,
she has been
take
for a
on
long
every
time.
evil cause she can.
I mean, she is like the Hillary Clinton of law, And by the way, Hillary Clinton was in law. And, got promptly fired out of the Watergate situation, if you remember, way back when.
But happy birthday yesterday to that future president.
Oh, yeah, that future president.
What a interesting...
She's still got a shot. She's still got a shot.
Maybe after the color revolution, they might install it.
Hey, talking about my revolution. Speaking of revolution, I just want to say, can I just say that I think Playboy was very important to a lot of people, starting way back when it was founded by Hefner, and when he passed away at the age of I think 91, a gap was created because there wasn't a counterculture outlet like that, or I guess Hustler, according to Tox, or any of these other things. So you watched,
gap was created.
Well, maybe, but you have another problem in that Rolling Stone became cuckified.
Well, it became the establishment culture as opposed to the counterculture.
Well, and I think that's one of the challenges that Playboy is going to have is being the rebels, being like Brian said, the counterculture.
What the heck, dude?
You have this, we're post Me Too, we're post pandemic, and now we're dealing with censorship issues.
Yep.
Massive censorship. I mean, they want, the government wants to go and destroy the First Amendment because of the misinformation.
Well, I mean, look at the Post article, the Atlantic article, all this stuff. The misinformation just means information the government doesn't
want you to have or know about.
Yeah. So very quickly, I just need to call attention to the amazing super chats and membership gifting and membership chats that we just had, because somebody that I've known for a very long time, since the very beginning of when the channel started, has decided to serve up some goodies. And I don't know who's typing, but they're doing an amazing job of it. Let's see.
We've already reviewed that.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's Comix playing games.
Oh, okay.
What are you playing?
It's a controller, not a keyboard.
Yeah, it's a controller, not a keyboard.
Thanks for that. But also thanks to
you're welcome.
SFXF314 Sabretooth Raptor for 10 Culture Casino cash, saying, working on a new ship. First base model won't have battle damage. It would be a 27th century design. Might do a pirate version of it. Maybe a Viking name for Andre of Midnight's Edge. Sent email. I will check that out, brother. Thank you. Coming up after that is LDG Free the Net, who's celebrating 13 months. I know that he took a break briefly, but TikTok time is coming. Oh, you have no idea. Tomorrow I have a video coming out all about that. That's going to make me friends. Speaking of friends, we've got another 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you. Thank you, LDG. Free the Net. Check it out. LDG Pickles, which is actually Pixels.
I hear he has a really great guy working on his mobile app.
So I've heard, actually. Somebody who might know something about
LDG
things.
likes to hire the gays.
He does. Big gays.
Why didn't he hire you, Tox?
Big gay Al. Speaking of which, Cyrano. Well, not that I'm calling, not that there's anything wrong with it, but Cyrano gifts a Culture Casino membership. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And then LDG follows up with the hugeness of 10 Culture Casino memberships. Oh, my goodness gracious. We love it. Thank you for the support. You guys are so generous, and it does mean the world to me. I don't know if you guys know that, but us retired guys, we like super chats, memberships, because then we get to eat. And Cyrano, $29.60 for 5 Culture Casino cash, says, for us Gen Xers, that's me, USA Network used to run Playboy. Tonight reruns in the early 80s. Help guide me to the hipness. That's right. What was hip?
What is that, like your version of Skinamax or what?
Yes.
USA Up All Night.
Hey, I was up all night.
Up for a few minutes, maybe.
For you now. I mean, you're old. But anyway.
Up for
Did Gilbert Gottfried host that for a while?
You do realize.
I think Elvira did for a bit.
You do realize that our friend Pickles gifted 15 so far memberships. The guy's on fire. I just, look at that. And Ruby Hoove gifts a Culture Casino membership. I guess she doesn't hold it against you. We're talking about Playboy. So thanks, dear. I appreciate that. And Deleu.
Skip to Deleu.
Says for an 18-month membership. Hail. Well, hail to you, dude. If you like Solid Rain, it's awesome. What the heck? Pickles gifts another 10 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, it's raining greed in the chat, kids.
You'll soon have more members than subscribers.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I like, if you got the members, you got it. Cyrano has the glitch, kids. He is always now from evermore going to have 10 super chats. It's his 10th super chat ever, saying apologies for not making SpaceCon. Work reared its ugly head. My friends.
All good, man. All good.
It'd have been a great pleasure to meet you. I met so many wonderful people. Y'all mean the world to us. I don't know. Comix and I probably should say this. Those experiences not only refill our joy buckets, it's an inspiration to do more.
Yeah, it's very, very motivating. 100% in that capacity.
It makes them both rock hard.
Today, didn't you?
Indeed.
Comix?
Was that?
You had a meet and greet today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
How did that go?
Pretty good.
Did you get your? By the way, did you get your picture with Gina? Because everybody else did.
No, I did not.
Yeah, well, you're a punk.
Comix told her he was too busy. Not now, Gina. I'm busy. I'm at the Rivervale stall.
I oddly enough, I bumped into Jay walking past Gina's booth. And,
hey! You bumped into Jay's knees.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that.
They were head high.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I did not. I mean, I met Gina a couple of years ago. So you know, that's fine.
Okay. Well, did you get a picture with her?
I did.
Okay, can we see it?
She's still suffering the trauma. Yeah,
probably
she hasn't recovered yet.
Look, I know she towers above you, but still, can we get a picture?
It'll be in discovery in a few months.
If they're standing next to each other, would they both be in the shot?
Depends on if you were down on one knee.
These are
you're actually taller than Colt.
That lie needs to be stopped.
Well, Comix is taller than Culture, but Culture's also taller than Comix. So work that one.
I am 5'9". He's like 4 feet nothing.
Dude, I am 5'9". We talking
Yeah,
about?
but who's taller laying flat on their back?
Well, it depends.
That's definitely Comix.
I don't know, dude.
They're maybe about 6'9" then, as opposed to 5'9".
I don't know. Hobo Gandalf does pinch a mean tent.
I do, actually. Oh my god, dude! How far are you in that video? Because you got the blue screen, right?
I just got it. Yeah, I got the blue screen, so I'm doing that, and I'm I'm so far into the video that that song keeps playing in my head, and I can't get to sleep. So there you go.
Remember 45 minutes ago when we had
super chat.
We've got 45 minutes ago when we had so many topics that we had to get to.
Well, we do. We still do. In fact, we need to jump to the next one because it's actually the thumbnail.
Read this super.
I did. 29.
No, this one?
Oh, no, I didn't get that one. That's from our friend in Florida, Mark Daly, for 10 Culture Casino cash. The Harris campaign has been such a disaster. Yes. FEMA has had to step in. Unfortunately, this failed to turn things around because FEMA was no help in Georgia or North Carolina. Oh my!
Not the citizens.
Hey, did you hear about Fanny Banani's lover who she hired? Yeah, that guy. He actually testified to the detriment of pretty much everything ever been done against Trump, all at once.
Did he already testify? I thought it was still upcoming.
No, he did some
last week.
Yeah, he did something last week.
he said, "Hey now,
hey now, don't dream it's over.
Yeah, don't dream it's over."
Hey now, hey.
All right, we need to get to the next thing, which means we have to run a Like, this is a sponsor. We got another sponsor. We need more sponsors.
It's so sweet and creamy, it feels like a dairy dream come true. Hand-packed for your pleasure, it's Bull's Milk Ice Cream. Take a taste, it's so sweet and creamy, it feels like a dairy dream come true. Hand-packed for your pleasure, it's Bull's Milk Ice Cream. Bull's Milk Ice Cream, it's a dairy dream, exploders in your mouth, it will make you shout. Bull's Milk Ice Cream, answering the question, do you spit or swallow?
I love this rejoinder here. Let me tell you. Look, for a long time, I've often suspected that TikTok is probably the most destructive platform on planet Earth. I look for what it's worth, and some of the background chatter I wish you guys could hear, but there's there's destructive trends everywhere with TikTok. Ideas that really destroy relationships. There's this new trend that I discovered called the Joshua prank, and we're going to get into it. It's really the inspiration for tonight's conversation, to be fair, and it really is designed to put you at odds with your partner as a quote unquote love test. Ladies, don't fall for this stuff. It's a quick way to destroy any relationship you have as quickly as you have them. And we're going to jump into that with this. Yeah. This is the Joshua prank. And of course, I had to go into TikTok and in the login, it's a Chinese app. So no, thank you. But as you can see here, this is what you get. When can I see you is what Joshua says at the top of the screen capture. You send this to your partner to create, I don't know, a very troubling moment in time. Let's play through it. As you can see, you start out with that, blank my man, and then these are the events that happen along the way. Like your man's asking, who's Joshua? Because they appear in the screenshot that you got. And it's a problem for 100,000 reasons. This is the question that was asked. Baby, these are cute. Nah? Right?
So the template is, it gives you a template that has a fake text message at the top. Right. You go take a picture of something and then say, aren't these cute? But the template will have that screen. It will include that message in the screenshot.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah. And of course the woman plays innocent, right?
Gaslighting.
You know, yeah. What are you talking about, baby? Well, the freaking screenshot you've sent me, right? This is incredibly destructive. This is like the ketchup test. You guys ever see that one?
That I don't remember.
No.
Okay. Described it, maybe.
Okay, so women go to their kitchen counter and they take a ketchup bottle and they spray like a bunch of ketchup and ask their partner to clean it up.
Right. Yeah.
And then they judge the partner on whether or not they clean it up or how they clean it up if they do it the right way. This is incredibly destructive. And there are many, many, many of these challenges or tests. And it's complete garbage because all it does is destroy relationships. Yeah. You know, you've heard about the X. The X.
Yes.
Does it really destroy the relationship?
Well, okay.
It does for the man side.
It does from the
I
man
mean,
side.
was there actually a relationship to begin with? Because if your partner pulls shit like this,
yeah,
kick him.
Yeah.
Kick him to the curb.
It's a hot mess, right? So what's interesting is, ladies, if you want to destroy your relationship, I created a template for you. You know, and I'll share that here in a moment, but
have CultureCasino destroy your relationship for you.
I mean,
keep your hands nice and clean. Let Culture do the dirty work for you.
True, but I find it disgusting. We were talking about it for a reason. We're going to talk about TikTok ban tomorrow on the 6 Minute Daily. We've got a video coming out about it here in the next day or so, but it's just, these are the ways that you can blow up your stuff. I mean, normally I'd say a different word, but we're PG-13 here. But you can literally,
of course we are,
blow up your relationship. You know, we were talking about Playboy, so we're definitely PG-13. But you can blow up your stuff if you want to. I just wouldn't suggest doing it. And
I'm going to try to text my fiance with Joshua on the top and see what she says. She's gonna think.
She's just gonna say, "I thought so."
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be accurate.
Well, for you specifically.
I saw a thing as Instagram. I can't remember what it was. Some. I think it was probably a fake, scripted thing.
Doubt it.
But the girl comes in. It's point of view from the guy. He's got his, and she brings his phone in, and says, I can't remember who's Lucy or what it was, some girl's name.
Right.
So what are you talking about? Who is this woman that's calling you? Go ahead and answer it. It's my buddy Dave. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" It's why does it say Lucy? Because I knew that you wouldn't bring it to me if it said Dave.
Okay, but so ladies, if you want to destroy your relationship, I'm going to give you the template for how to do it. Screenshot it right now. There it is. That's a great way to get rid of your dude.
Well, there's so many of them on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah, you can go through TikTok right now and find 1,000 different ways to destroy your life.
And every single one of them is
isn't that the whole point of TikTok?
Test.
Yeah, it's
for
a
your
test.
man.
Yeah, except your man is like, this ain't a test. This is destructive as hell. I will no longer trust you ever again.
Well, I'm glad that you brought this to my attention. I had to delete TikTok because the algorithm was just showing me videos of people with Down syndrome doing stuff. So I'm glad that you let me know about this before someone pulls this prank on me.
I mean, look, like I built this today. This is a template of doom. If you want a template of doom, ladies, I will send it to you. But I will judge you, just so you know, because there is no upside to doing this to your dude. None.
No.
None. If you do this, look at this. Look at what happens. Who is Joshua, right? Look, why does he want to see you? This is evil. Don't worry.
I mean, it's TikTok, dude. I mean, you don't need to say it's evil. I mean, that goes without saying.
But I mean, his response is great when you get to the final response.
Yeah, he says, don't worry, soon you will delete that TikTok because you want to use it to give high blood pressure.
Oh, that's not the one I saw. The one I saw said,
no, there's a
have
thousand.
Joshua go buy the freaking shoes.
Yeah. There is no upside to this, ladies. If you do this to your man, you're inviting doom. You're inviting doom.
Maybe this is the ancient Chinese way of trying to get your man to break up with you. TikTok is bestowing us with the ancient Chinese secret.
TikTok ghosting.
I thought it was Tide.
Calgon
will take you away. Look, I'm sorry. These kinds of things are not positive for a relationship. You are looking for drama. Ladies, we love you. But don't look for drama in your man. Go elsewhere to get it. Go to a television show. Go to a film. Go to a
watch your
book.
stupid Real Housewives crap.
I think, don't do any of that. Culture, you need to start a relationship channel. You just know what you're talking about here. I think you could. What could we call that channel?
I already talked about that.
Yeah.
It's culture break. Causes you to break up with your significant other.
Culture's Dr. Ruth, Dr. Ruth, or something.
Davina is right. Davina over on the Rumble side says 50 ways to leave your lover. No, in about 10 seconds. I'm telling you, any real man worth their salt's going to be like, WTF is this?
So, launching November 1st. Culture will be hosting thatsexyplace.com.
That sexy place.
I hard disagree.
Hey, come on now. You've never seen me at my sexiest there.
I don't want to.
Fresh after the beehole bleaching.
The thing that gets me on this is not necessarily the evil aspect of it, but the stupidity of it. The fact that, and it doesn't surprise me. 20-somethings are going to be doing this because they have no self-control. But again, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the addiction to the online stuff. And the instant gratification and the feedback loop and all of those things, even if it's a negative interaction, you're prompting a response, and that's a win. And because I got somebody to do something, they don't think it through the next 2, 3, 4 steps down the road. They just want the now. They're only interested in what's happening right this instant now. Yeah. And it's not the way Marcus Aurelius got. I'm reading Meditations now, and he's talking about, you live in the moment. The past is gone, and you've got just as much future as you do in the past because it's not there anymore. You just have now. But these people are living in the now for the instant gratification of it, and they're not thinking about
regardless of the effect on other people.
Yeah,
Right.
they have no, because they don't have any life experience, and they don't want to listen to the people who do have life experience. And
Well, it dehumanizes the other people. So
exactly.
They're just the only ones that have thoughts to them.
The other one that we saw about 6 months on 6 months ago on TikTok, though, was, or it may have been longer, was having your best friend call your boyfriend to see if he would accept a date or sleep with her.
Yeah.
And then you've got tons of it on Twitter that are probably coming from TikTok and Instagram, where it's the man on the street interviews where the guy asks, "Can your husband look at your phone? Can she look at your phone?" And then, "Can your boyfriend or your husband look at your phone?" And the girl's always
that's
no.
a manosphere thing, right? I mean,
Yeah,
look,
it is.
if you watch the Red Pill movement, the manosphere, any of that stuff, you're going to see these things that show that
Okay, I got to break in real quick. Since when did the Red Pill movement start involving the manosphere crap? Because I thought the whole thing with Red Pill was like you're politically, kind of like
you're right.
What's going on with the left?
You're right, but it's also identifying the subversion in the culture. That's part of the Red Pill. So
Well, that was kind of my point, but I just don't understand how that's associated with the manosphere stuff.
But that's why they kind of have been a little bit merged. I'm not going to say they
The
cross over
manosphere adopted
fully.
it the same way as everybody else did from the Matrix.
But
it's the red pill or the blue pill moment. Do you believe this? They just use it as well.
But you're going to see the fact that the ladies in hypergamy, that's the term that they use, that hypergamy actually destroys relationships, because it does. Because the ladies are always looking, and ladies, I'm not talking to you in my audience because I know you're evolved and cultured. But a lot of like unevolved ladies younger ladies will look for the next better deal. Right?
They'll have a stable of guys ready to go.
Yeah, and it's a problem in as much as it leaves them in a situation where they're not loyal, and that leaves guys in a position where they're like, well, if you're not loyal, why even bother?
Well, but look at the body count movement.
Yeah.
Oh God, you see that one chick who slept with 101 dudes?
We covered it here. You weren't. You missed that
aiming
show.
for 1,000.
Yeah, you missed that show.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I ended up watching the video that was posted on Twitter about it. And it was just like, holy crap, dude. Well, I thought that chick, she stopped after 13. I didn't think she actually got to it.
Wait a minute. The Australian chick. Yeah, the Australian chick is.
I guess she's Australian. I don't know. I thought she was.
Where's she
British.
at, Jason? Because it was crazy. It was like,
well, the one that I saw, her goal was 600 for the year, but I don't know where she was at.
Damn,
no,
this is a
we
different
covered
chick.
it.
She's going for 1,000 in a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
dude. I mean, what the hell, man? You're gonna be like so freaking sore afterwards. That's ridiculous.
That's the main concern there.
Well, I mean, if you get a lot of early load guys.
Well, my question: what's the point in doing this? This is so dumb.
I thought this was PG-13 here.
For the clicks, for the
boys.
Boom chicka boom.
Oh, it killed me. All right. Anyway, but the whole point being is that it's just don't destroy your relationship. TikTok is evil, and Putin's cat's gonna say, "Well, add that to the evil list." Yeah, add it to the evil list. The opportunity algorithmically to drive you into inappropriate behavior exists, and it's corrupted by a national security challenging system owned by ByteDance and the CCP. So please don't screw up your relationship. I will give you $1. Okay?
It's just another part of this giant social experiment we've been running for the last 20, 30 years.
Man, okay, so
I really want to buy an island now and just move there and be by myself.
Okay, Epstein. Anyway, going back to
you got to be careful.
Okay, did you not hear the point about be by myself?
He's more of a Diddy than an Epstein, I'd say. But that's...
Sorry, it was
all by myself. Comics will be
Damn straight. Don't need any of you bitches.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Till
fair
the
enough.
power goes out.
That
The video
hurts.
games
I'm
in.
nice to you.
Just be him,
What?
his phone,
I'll
and
generate
TikTok.
for that.
That's it.
He has a generator.
Not a generator.
Oh, it's the Phobos. I'm so sorry, my friend. 2 years ago.
Why is he sorry? Don't be sorry. He's fine.
No. But I mean, like the fact that this happened. A girlfriend I was considering marrying played one of those Facebook relationship tests on me. I walked out the door. I guess I passed because 2 years later, she's still trying to get back. I just don't do this. Look, healthy relationships are based on trust, faith, and like none of that other garbage. Don't
Not
test a
Variety and
relationship
Cosmo
like that.
magazine.
No, mutually assured destruction.
I tell you what, if you're a lady and you're in a relationship, Snapchat is not your friend. Okay, Instagram is not your friend.
Don't date anyone that watches Oprah.
If you post or paste anything that's a thirst trap in any of those apps, you're inviting disaster, and you're reaching down to your basest level. Not based.
Oprah has caused more divorces than anything else.
Don't do it.
This does bring to mind something funny I saw on Twitter yesterday, though.
Yeah.
So this chick, I can't remember if it was an "Am I the asshole" or not, but it was something like that where she was like,
Hey, okay. By the way, AITA is appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like, are just all men pigs? Because I was on Tinder yesterday and I come across my boyfriend. And then in the replies, she goes, leave it alone. It doesn't matter that I was on there too. We're talking about him.
That's right. Yeah. There's a cell phone. There's a cell phone.
Yeah.
Well,
clearly they deserve each other because they're both on there.
Yeah.
Well, Southern Belle, who's a great supporter of all of ours, and I haven't seen her in a while, so I've been worried about her. I'm worried about you. She says for $5, CultureCasino Cash, will CC be playing Elphaba in the world premiere of Wicked next month? Our hero will be feeling pretty when he defies gravity. Wow.
He is going to be very upset because people are going to be asking if his beehole is green and fixing the poster, which he finds very dehumanizing because he's staring down the barrel of a camera.
I actually feel okay if you shade my eyes.
We really
right now
should.
we
really should take the hobo Gandalf and make the hat go across the eyes.
Somebody
so
out there do that.
Wait, I'll fix that for you. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Well, it shouldn't be called Wicked then. There must be a better title for it. Pricked.
Whacked.
Whacked. Or waxed even.
Did he really just leave us in charge?
Yeah, he just left us here alone
Just
to do
left
whatever
us.
we want, apparently.
Waxed might be better, I think. But
I'm just going to go in the stream. No, I'm not. Just kidding.
Start displaying your gameplay comments.
That's right. Yeah.
Actually,
that
I
up
beat
on
the boss I've
screen.
been wanting to beat, so I stopped
Actually,
playing.
people were asking, were you playing Black Myth?
Yes, I was.
Because that's what I told people
You
you
could
were
tell
most
you weren't
likely
getting.
playing.
You could tell you weren't getting good because you were just hitting this controller far too hard.
Oh no, I
It
beat the
needs to
boss
be in
in
more of an angle culture, not just straight down.
Yeah, I beat the boss in 3 tries, so I'm good.
You almost kind of need an underlight.
Am I your Elphaba now?
Always.
It's Weave Kid.
You look more like something from He-Man.
Rickets.
Yeah, you
not
look
Wicked.
more like Orko.
Orko.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Just a
Orko.
hat with a mouth and a Orko didn't have a
And
beard.
this
but
is-
if
oh my
Orko
God,
had a
okay.
beard,
Somebody's gonna have to go and edit this
That's it.
to remove his body and have it just be the beard, so it's floating. It's a floating head with a beard or a hat with a beard.
Orko.
So memers get to work. First off, take. All right, we'll get that in a sec, so people can get like a clean.
So that would be like the Invisible Man or Invisible Man bun, perhaps. But
Okay, you can go ahead and pull back up the super chat. I had my fun.
we also needed an ugly dude whispering into his ear.
Yeah.
well, you're next to him.
It would be both of them.
We got an amazing super sticker from our good friend Tina Guzman. Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. It's
A
a
yellow dog.
beautiful yellow dog sticker. I love it. I love it. I love animals. Southern Belle for another 5. Casino Cash.
So we've heard, but this is a PG-13 show. So.
It is. It is. Anyway, Southern Belle for $5 more. Says Culture got in the doghouse for not having his vacuum lines in one direction. What? Oh, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Look, if you have central vac, you need to keep the lines the way they're supposed to be.
Wait, didn't the One Direction guy fall from a balcony?
Easy now. Not that conversation, but I don't know. Fall. I don't know how much Diddy time did he have?
Did he do it?
Hey-o. Okay. Thank you for that, Southern Belle. It set me up for a joke. Appreciate that. We got another one.
Was that a joke?
Oh, you suck.
No, the joke was in Culture's vacuum.
Hey.
Oh, there it is. Hey.
Hey, look, I'm not chasing the Roomba around like you are. But anyway, Southern Belle for 2.
That was Graham.
Go. It doesn't matter. 2 Culture Casino Cash.
It does if you're me.
Well, except that, well, first of all, you can't chase anything around Grandpa. But for 2 more, Culture Casino Cash says, tip, put the lid down and don't leave skeet marks. Well, yeah, I mean, most dudes are civilized now. So we're good. We know how to use the 3 seashells. Anyway, official Dregs in the house. Good to see you. Putin's cat says that the One Direction fella had a freak off the balcony. Oh, that's a rough one. Okay,
Sounds like Culture's Putin with Putin.
All right. Well, we got more things to cover, and I want to get to some of them. So we have a One Direction down. Wow, Sanding Monkey. Rough.
Vicious.
Rough. BMO better.
That fell off a balcony, man.
Yeah. Well,
had his career dropped off at that point, or?
Oh,
my God, the cock.
Right.
Well, his life expectancy certainly dropped off.
Oh boy. Look, I mean, actuarial tables are real, kids. You just don't want to fall off of them. Anyway, we got BMO Beto over there. Good to see you. Davinia, good to see you. We got lots of people here. Let's get to let's get to the next. Well, no, he's leaving on a jet plane. There are bigger, better shows that Jason can go to.
Walk out the door.
No. It's not bigger or better. It's just another. They spun off while we were dark for a while, and so every now and again they ask me to come on. So
wow. Okay. So
like,
wow, that was super racist. Way to go.
It's kind of a parental thing, It's
okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So we're gonna go over to the Top Lofty Lounge and over there on Sci-Fi Snobs channel. But I do want to. Just for real quick, just to plug, yesterday we cooperated with Walking and Rolling Costumes. They make costumes for kids in wheelchairs and walkers.
Oh, wow.
Special needs kids. We did their annual costume reveal party. Squeals on Wheels. So you can go see it over on our channel. You can see it on Walking and Rolling Costumes channel.
Do check it out.
They're a really fabulous nonprofit here in Kansas City. They just revealed yesterday their 200th costume that they've built for kids.
Incredible.
So yeah, they've been going for about 5 years now. They do really, really, really fabulous work. So
incredible.
And they're always looking for volunteers and people to build costumes. So on that note,
amazing.
We've got shows this week, so we'll be around.
Thank you, Jason. You are a treasured member of what we do here. And now leave.
Bye.
On that note, we have more to get to. We have more to get to. It's a real charity. That's a actual real charity. We support real charities here, and so does Jason. Let's get to our next story, but we can't do that without honoring the folks that got us there, the folks that pay for the show. Tox, do we have a sponsor, please? Is there a sponsor?
Are you tired of the same old buffet food at Wang's? Have you had enough dong to last you a lifetime? Well, take just a few more steps past those single-minded restaurants and dive into Sherry's Slam & Clam. Sherry's Slam & Clam Shellfish Bar is truly all you can eat, unlike the 2 shrimp limit that stingy bastard Wang has. In a hurry, let Sherry stuff your box. To go! Be shellfish and take all you want from Sherry's Slam & Clam. Located next to the 3rd Street Bolorama, Sherry's is open 6 days a week. If you are looking to slam clam, get to Sherry's today.
We love Sherry's. They have the best clam around. You should just taste it. That's right, taste the clam. All right, everybody. Yeah, we are having the great night tonight. I appreciate the support. We've got lots of you in the chat. We got super chats flowing. We need more memberships. We had lots, but we need more. We try to get to 50 per show. We're trying to get back up to the 1,000 members that we had before. But I'm going to tell you right now, the people that are really, showing out their members or losing their members in some cases, the left seems to be leaving the left. People are fighting the virus, and literally they say as much. What I appreciate about the following story is that it's a series of stories. We're not just talking about one thing. We're talking about more than one thing. You got Brianna Wu, you have Anna Kasparian, and they both did something they criticized others for doing. They left an ideology that had left them behind. So let's jump in.
Okay, I'm actually really shocked about Brianna Wu.
Yeah, and this post, I think lit us all up. I think we were talking about it for a couple days now.
Yeah, I saw Jason post it. I was like, holy crap, dude. It's like Brianna Wu of all people.
Mm.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. So, I mean, there's that. But holy crap. Yeah,
well,
I mean, that's weird.
It's wildly weird. And because I know that this person is on the way out the door, the beautiful Deeple says, what the flippingstein has the show degenerated into? Hail chat, hail panel. Time for a Midwestern goodbye. Remember to hit the like button, vote for the Orange Man, and remember that moral blackmail is a thing. Happy SpaceCon, all. And indeed, thank you, Deeple. You're a good dude. Appreciate the support. And thank you
Take
very
care,
much
Deeple.
for the $5 Rumble Rat, which we'll actually say out loud because we're far enough into the show that I won't get in big trouble. So there you go. But yeah, so Brianna Wu posted this. Now, mind you, this person is a trans woman. Okay?
That's correct.
And they post, there is no group in history of American politics more hypocritical than progressives.
Yeah. No shit.
That is the leading line in this tweet. This segment of this tweet is ridiculous. The response in this tweet is ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. They claim they hate the religious right. They claim they hate the religious right, but they are the most moralistic, judgmental religious group operating today.
Everything she says is accurate too. That's the thing that's so bizarre about it.
Yeah. Canceling anyone with even minor differences in views, mind you. They say they hate the right for not being honest, but their only move is to take stuff out of context and attack you with it. Okay, there are no lies told here, kids.
No.
And she goes on. This thing, I think, shocked all of us when we saw it. They claim they hate racism, but they're just openly anti-Semitic. They love racism when it's against people they deem bad.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stop me.
Hey, Culture, stop.
No, I won't. They say they hate the Democratic Party for not speaking to them, but they won't speak to anyone that doesn't precisely mirror their opinion they hold.
This is where intersectionality starts to fall apart because none of these things can coexist. You know,
in the same universe. No.
Yes, because so much of it goes completely against so much of the rest of them. So, I mean, the progressive side of things has got to start looking at things and going, yeah, none of what we've been saying makes any sense, because at some point, everything that is intersectional comes up against something else that's intersectional. And even though you've got the hierarchy, at some point, it just doesn't fit.
No.
Okay, what was her turning point at this point? I mean, Brianna Wu has been so neck deep in the ideology. What the hell woke her up?
I don't know. Was it the same thing that it woke up Anna Kasparian, which we'll get to next? But
I have a feeling, based on some of the statements, that it could be the anti-Semitic stuff.
Is it safe to say Brianna Wu is making a transition away from the left?
Yeah, it kind of is. And if you saw the quote unquote broom mustache man rally that Hillary Clinton claimed happened tonight, every single person in there was of a different faith, color, belief system. I mean, it was crazy. There were flags for Israel and everything. I mean, it was nuts.
They had Muslim
Yeah.
imams speaking.
I loved it.
They
I
had
loved it.
Catholics. They had Jews.
Yeah.
Rabbis. They had everything was represented tonight.
Unity under Trump. Unity under a different banner. Populism is ruling the day in the United States.
I said it on my show this morning. I really think that with the coalition that they're putting together, you could see the formation of a new party.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the death of one party, but it could be the formation of a whole new party.
Well, the Red Lion Party, maybe?
Bring back
I don't know. But I mean, you've got Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Trump.
It's the amalgamation of, like, we have differences.
RFK.
But we agree. Yeah. But we agree on the most important things. We're all Americans. It's the biggest, broadest
America first
opportunity. Yeah. The biggest, broadest opportunity in the history of the United States. Anyway, keeping going, because I don't want to talk about the politics at all.
No, that's fine.
This is an interesting thing in light of what Elon's been saying. This is a mirror we couldn't have predicted. It's just like this mind virus that takes you over. And I know, because I caught it and had to break out of it. I regret ever standing with any of you. You are terrible people.
Holy crap.
Pretty strong statement.
That is a very strong statement.
Indeed.
Strong reversal.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this is like, imagine Brianna Wu aligning themselves with Blair White.
Yeah, that I like I said, I have a hard time believing it. I really do.
And we all did, right? And then let's go through some of these things, because it's important. Because Charlie Go said progressives is the name they give themselves, but regressive is more apt.
Yeah, it is.
Christina Button says progressives ruined the Democratic Party. They're illiberal. Look at that.
Also true.
It is 100% true.
Ideology has spread through many of our institutions and must be rooted out. Yeah, I caught it after George Floyd's tragic murder. Then all my friends, even Jewish ones, turned against me when I voiced support for Israel and the horror over 10/7. I know what that means. Okay, so this is from Ronald saying, the hypocrisy of woke progressivism, a mind virus? It's fascinating to observe how modern woke progressivism has evolved into a paradox of moral authority while claiming to challenge bigotry and exclusion. Many within the movement have adopted the very tactics that they claim to oppose: harsh judgment, cancel culture, and an unwillingness to tolerate any deviation from their views.
Mm-hmm.
This goes on and on. This is a brilliantly written post, but look at that. We live in a time when intelligent people are being silenced so that stupid people won't be offended. That's the world we live in.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of people that are on the left side of the aisle are going to eventually realize that they've drifted so far from where they initially started. They're all going to defect. I think Anna Kasparian is going to be kind of the tip of the iceberg here. I'm calling in the next few years, the woke streamer Destiny is going to bail on the left, and I think he's gonna have his.
He almost doesn't have a choice, right, Graham? I mean, because like
he's got to get that cock out of his mouth.
I don't know that he's going to be accepted anywhere at this point. He's already bailed on conservatism to go to as far left as you can go. But now he's doubling down on things.
But I looked through all of these replies, right? It's like everybody here is like agreeing with her.
Yeah.
Well, they're practicing a Maoist struggle where there's no moderation. It can only go further and further. I'm more pure than you. No, I'm more pure than you are. And that's the way it's been going. It's this Maoist struggle session stuff writ large. It's there's no, you can't. I think eventually a lot of people, humans will become sick of that eventually, being constantly under that microscope. Oh no, you just said a word I don't like. I'm more pure than you. You have to repent now. And it's just humans get sick of that.
I'm gonna do a very unpopular take.
Uh-oh.
All right. So what you just said, Brian, is exactly what the right Christians did in the 80s and 90s to the music and what was done to Larry Flint and all that stuff.
Right.
All right. It's the same exact thing. Same exact thing.
Did I say they didn't?
Nope. But it...
Well, I mean, we all went through.
Technically, my positions are more traditional Democratic.
Right.
All right. But
literally
civil libertarian from that. The progressive thing is the issue. Well, progressivism, both the right and left, whatever from there, those extremes, the extreme conservative Christian from that time, the extreme woke left from this time, they're all authoritarian.
Yeah, just
the majority of people are down the middle and just mostly want to be left alone.
Eventually, people become sick of being told what to do.
Yeah, but what was Al Gore's wife?
Tipper.
Yeah, she was a part of the PRC.
Right.
Yeah. She was all about some of the religious right concepts. It was one of the reasons that he got pulled into the opportunity to be a vice president of. And then he really revealed himself to be an idiot, but that's an entirely other conversation. But we're not done because this comes on the heels of a progressive journalist, Anna Kasparian, unleashes on the liberal intolerance that drove her away from the Dems.
Yeah, the rise of Jillian Michaels' podcast has been crazy over the past month or so.
Yeah, and it's
she's still lesbian.
She's searching.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are. They're trying to find out what the heck happened to where I was. She's like, Kasparian says it's disgusting. I'm going to read this. This is originally published on Fox News. You can think of that what you will, but it doesn't make it any less true. The Young Turks co-host Anna Kasparian, you probably already know this, but she was driven to ditch the Democratic Party on Jillian Michaels' Keeping It Real podcast, as Brahma was talking about. And the progressive, which I think they're going to abandon soon. I'm sorry, because it's not. She described feeling politically homeless over the last few years. She said that much. Chunk's not like getting rid of her. Chunk's like...
He absolutely will not.
Oh, no. Wait. His name's Chank?
Yes, Chank.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chunk yogurt.
So Chunk yogurt.
Chunky yogurt.
Yeah, chunky yogurt. She ripped efforts to demonize and dehumanize the other side, while admitting she used to be a person who believed you could not be friends with conservatives or someone who supported the Orange Man.
But even in the first few lines here, I think Anna would probably disagree with what's being written, because as much as far left as the Young Turks are, none of them ever claimed to be Democrats. And
well, I don't know, because
Cenk
Cenk founded the Justice Democrats. I would say that he is very much a Democrat.
He's very much a progressive that does not like even what the Democrats are doing, kind of like the extreme far right does not like what some of the Republicans are doing. I mean, he may vote with the Democrats, but none of them have ever claimed to be part of the Democratic Party. She's moving further from, she's not ditching the Democratic Party. She's ditching more of her leftist ideals.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
And she's talked about this pretty extensively, even before she went on this podcast, because that was, I mean, she says it in the podcast. Well, the fact that she was assaulted by 2 homeless guys is what really kind of woke her up to what was going on.
Yeah. And they basically said, well, what did you do?
Yeah. And then they called her racist. And they said, because those people were facing homelessness, she should have given them a pass. And it's like, if some dude
off with that
is just rock hard bumps into me with this thing, I'm going to be like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
well, and the other thing too, she points out is that they were white. So who's the racist for assuming?
Yeah. Well, and what I'll give Anna Kasparian is, in the past, when she has figured out when she's wrong, she has actually admitted it.
Yes, she has.
Because even with the stuff with Kyle Rittenhouse, she finally did come back around and say, no, I was dead wrong the whole time.
Yep.
And she was one of the loudest mouths against him because of the state lines.
Mm-hmm. Is she hot though?
Would.
All right. That's what my friends and I have actually talked about that. We're like, all right, she's pretty hot.
I think the key in the verbiage above this picture was about the intolerance to debate and the free exchange of ideas. The fact that my heart always sinks when I hear somebody that's undoubtedly on the far left say, oh, we need to have a conversation, because they're not having a conversation. They want you to say some words they can then condemn you for, and then tell you you're not allowed to have those words. Mm-hmm. We've lost this free exchange of ideas, and I've equally seen it on the other side where people say, oh well, we're purists too. We don't want this person because I don't happen to like their nationality or something. I see a lot of that too. It's this intolerance of free exchange of ideas, and allowing someone to say something, to say, well, maybe mass immigration isn't so good for our society.
Mm-hmm.
What's so
immigration,
bad about
however,
saying that?
is.
Yeah. What's so bad about saying that and having a debate about it? But there's no debate. It's immediately the name calling, the cancelling, the ists, the phobes, and I just use that as an example. You could use many other things. We've lost that free debate. I will defend your right to say it to the death.
Well,
okay.
So we've lost the meaning of words.
The United States, when it was formed, was the only time in human recorded history where you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you're seeing. There was a guy that spoke at the Republican National Convention 2020 saying, I've lived in communism. The guy's from Cuba. I've seen it. This is the last place. Right.
Well, the only place.
Well, I was going to say, technically, it's the only place it's ever been.
Yeah.
If you go back into history, it's fraught with, even in the learned area, around people being canceled. Cancel culture is nothing new. It's been around since recorded human history has started.
It just usually ended with an execution instead of...
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Socrates
say this.
is a real good example
There
of
was
cancel culture back then.
There was a whole half of the Christian community that believed that Christ was a spirit that inhabited Jesus's body that left before he died.
The Gnostics, yeah.
No, the dualists.
The dualist? I thought that was also a Gnostic
That
take.
was not a... Well, it was kind of a Gnostic thing, but the dualists were the ones that said a dual thing, and then there was the ones that said, no, it's the Holy Spirit, God, and all the same one.
The Trinity.
Those were the times when they tortured and killed those people for saying that. And now you don't have that view anymore. And Comix, your point, the Gnostic view that is different things. That Christianity had dozens and dozens of different factions at the beginning that were literally killed out by the one that is more prominent today, right? But so we had that discord, that ability to do that. Was things 100% fair? No. People who have more money are going to have more ability to do things and defend themselves and stuff like that. But I'll just shut up. Go ahead.
No. I want to hear what you had to say. I just was trying to add to what you were saying. I'm waiting for you to finish.
I'm done.
Oh. No, you were on a roll. I'm with you 100%.
You took away my ability to speak.
Okay, well, I canceled you. Regardless,
I've been canceled by CultureCasino.
Speaking of being canceled.
Cancel culture. Exactly.
Exactly.
Cancel culture.
So, look, the Jillian Michaels is an important person because she is a health and fitness nut. She made her name in that industry. And they got to the... Yeah. She got to the point where...
Which was proven that everything that they did actually hurt those people, and all of them went back to being fat. But that's okay.
But they could have listened to the coaches.
Back to the conversation. In the course of it, we should celebrate people who want to better themselves and better their lives, said Kasparian in the discussion about the fat acceptance movement of the far left. There's a reason to get thinner. It keeps you alive longer. And I don't know how we end up in this situation where people are arguing against, no, it's fine to be fat and die when you're young.
Even Lizzo has dropped like 200 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, good for her. I mean, she's done a fantastic job of losing weight. So,
but
she's dropped another entire Lizzo. She's split into two.
She could change her name to Luzo.
Yeah. Oh, hey now. But let's get to this. Okay, so she also said instead there's this effort to basically tell people you're fine the way that you are. You don't need to change a thing, even though that thing is slowly killing you. That doesn't make any sense. The pair said they'd seen their home state of California become crazy over time when they were growing up. Michaels, who left California in 2021, obviously, shared how the deep blue state's soft on crime policies drove her and her family to leave and move to Miami. Not that there's less crime. It's just you're going to have crime punished, by the way. Nothing was crazy like this, Michaels told Kasparian. Homelessness, crime, advocating for medicalization of children. Oh, that's dangerous. Advocating for late-term ending of kids before they're born. Yeah. Governor Newsom is leading the madness in the state, Michaels said. The concern is that it goes from California to a federal problem because oftentimes California leads the way in crazy.
And let's keep in mind that Jillian Michaels is part of the LGB. She is not a fan of the kid T.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's speaking out against.
I think the fans, the playground movement, are going to run into a lot of adversarial contact in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, moving away from that and saying thank you to those of you who are out there in the chat. This has been probably one of the most feisty versions of this show that we've had in a while. And we're coming up on the 2 hour 15 or just past the 2 hour 15 minute mark. I just want to say thank you to people like Mark Daly for $5 who says, is it a coincidence one computer system is trying to destroy human relationships? The same time, there's another one providing an inadequate replacement. Wow.
Damn.
Fascinating.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fascinating way to look at things.
Hey, Culture, before we move on too quick, I want to say so this last week I was at a wedding, and it was the first time that I had really gone back to California since I moved here to Tennessee. So it's been, I moved the day after the last election, so almost 4 years. And it was pretty wild because I was staying at this really beautiful resort in the desert. but the drive from the airport to the resort that we were actually staying at was pretty eye-opening, because I had been to that area of California quite a bit when I was much younger. And I remember it being a lot nicer than it actually was. And it was, very run down, even from where it was just a little over 3 years ago to where it is right now. It is very apparent that state has fallen. So I think what we're seeing is a lot of these people that leave the deep blue of California go elsewhere. They're starting to realize that the rest of the world can still be pretty normal. And I feel like that's when we're going to start seeing a lot of the awakening, is the people that just get out of being surrounded by it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, people are actually normal. Things are actually normal. So, it was an interesting thing to go back after so long.
I think we're going to see another movement like Gothics, like Carrie Smith, like Mike Harlow, that is another walk away. Because we're starting to see it. We're starting to see it with people like Anna Kasparian, Brianna Wu. Now, how far they walk, we'll see. But
you see it in the political spectrum, Brahma, and you know this better than anybody. I mean, we watched a military woman decide that the party moved away from her, and she joined the Republicans in the last few days officially.
Well, and for those really actually paying attention, JFK and RFK would have been solid Republicans at this point. Almost every take they had was the same as what Donald Trump is preaching at the moment.
Well, and again, I'm going to give it to you this way. Donald Trump is a New York Democrat. And
Yes.
I don't think he moved to the Republican Party. I think he ran as a Republican in the party, because the country caught up with the broader concepts of, the movements forward, but they were done. Like, I'm going to say it this way. This is the last time I'm going to pontificate on this stream. In
Ever?
2000, no, just on this show. In 2000, in 2012,
We lived in hope, Brahma. We lived in hope.
calm
For
down,
a mere
calm down.
moment.
Hey, it's my show, you bastards. Anyway, in 2012, the divider in chief, Barack Obama, said, "We live in a post-racist world. There's no racial conflict." I'm paraphrasing. And yet, just a few months later, we had the Trayvon
Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, we went from being undivided by race, by Obama's very words, to being divided by race again, because of an action in a situation.
Trayvon could have been my son.
Exactly.
So Barack Obama said that we live in a post-racist issue.
Kind of.
world. And then he says, I'm not going to change that quick. I got to fix it.
I am exactly. And the problem is because the politics of division and the effects of it to control were too powerful for anybody to let go of, at least on the side of the equation where it requires a coalition of desperate groups that really only align in certain areas, but completely unaligned in others, for that party to be successful. Some wizened person once long ago said that if X number of the population of this particular race ever decides to vote Republican, the Democrats will never win again. And they were right. And they were terrified. The idea that they could be overcome and never allowed in power again, because power is the most important thing in politics, right? Because that's what gets you the money. It's what gets you the effect of enacting your particular belief system so that you can always maintain power. That's
Depends
where
on which side
we're
you're
coming
on.
from. No, exactly.
The Democrats use money to get power. The Republicans use power to get money.
Isn't it the intersection of
That's the
stoking
traditional way it's been.
Not recently. Look at the amount of money and the net worth that people have gone up in the last 4 years in particular.
Well, it's the intersection of of one political party fearing losing all of their power and big tech realizing how much money and how much data they can collect by keeping you on their platforms by stoking that fear and anger. So it's kind of the perfect mix mash both of those things that are really tearing things apart.
It's the perfect storm. And again, I mean, I had more to talk about when it comes to Kasparian specifically, because she basically followed the same path as somebody who she called a friend at one point in time, and Dave Rubin, and then criticized him for the very path that he took, and is following immediately in his footsteps. So,
and he's willing to accept her even after all the stuff she said, if she gets there.
Hey, dude, bro, 420. It's good to see you over on the Green Machine. We had a super chat on the screen that I talked about already, but I just want to say, for those of you who did that, I appreciate it. For Southern Bell 7777 for $2 says, "Did you see the rocket land back on the launcher, dude?"
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Don't even get me started on the landing in the chopsticks thing, because it changes the game for space travel for the future forever.
I believe it's called a gantry. I'm not sure on that word, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I saw it actually happen, and then I saw it again in my mind when Trump described it on Joe Rogan with sound effects and whatnot. And then there was like whoosh, and it was coming at the wrong angle. And then I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna explode. And then it corrected itself, and then it got caught. And then I called Elon, and I was like, "Was that you?" And he was like, "Yeah,
he was
it was me."
The weaving. Thank you. Who did that? That's an amazing meme. Oh, it's beautiful.
Robbie did it.
Robbie, of course.
It's a brilliant meme. It's just lacking someone licking your ear.
Let me.
I think that's what that little fairy on the right's about.
Is it?
Is it comics? It's probably comics. Anyway, so yeah, we got, man, Robbie's been on fire today. Robbie did the meme of the show. My legacy was explaining to the Orange Man the weave.
He did a fantastic one for my show this morning as well. I'm going to be using it as the thumbnail next week.
All right. Well, look, normally we'd have another subject, but we've gone way over time. And I just want to say this panel is brilliant today. You did a great job. We lost Jason, but in losing Jason, we gained less panelists. So that was great. And yeah,
I would just like to say, why can't we all just live together? Although I'm not doing the washing up.
No, I'm not doing your laundry either.
Look, my mom won't do my laundry anymore, so I don't know what to tell you. But
I can't even get the people in my house to agree on what's for dinner. I'm not dealing with the rest of you people.
Oh, dude, all you have to do is make burritos. Everybody loves burritos. Okay, everybody loves burritos.
I don't know. Last time we were in Vegas, we kind of figured out where we were all going to eat.
Hey, dude. Oh, dude. You know where? Okay, so I'm going to tell a story because he didn't show up. Mad Mardigan picked me up at the airport. Right,
I'm sure he
thought you were a homeless guy.
That's a different story.
I thought you were a homeless prostitute. I thought you were a prostitute.
That was a great story. But he picked me up at the airport. He's just a genuine guy. Look, he and I give each other, a little bit of guff on
hand jobs.
No, but we love each other. Anyway, so he picks me up at the airport. He takes me to my hotel, nice hotel, and
comes up to the room.
No. We actually he did, but that's not the important part of the
Undresses, lays in bed for
no,
him.
none of that. None of that.
The roach
No. We go to the restaurant in the hotel, and we have this amazing. By the way,
it's your first date. That's cute.
Stop it. We have these amazing steaks. They're 2.5 inches thick. Okay, that's bigger than that. Okay, there. We have 2.5 inch thick steaks. For lunch. No chance of finishing that off because it's like the size of a dinner plate. By the way, if you want steak, go to Texas because it's way cheaper. Anyway, so we have these amazing elements of food and we can't finish them. I told him, I said, pick whatever you want. And we had an incredible lunch. And then he heads back home. I go up, I get cleaned up because I'm supposed to be like this, the person that tries to fix what comics can't do, which is sell things. We
Comics sells his body every night.
No. I'm talking about merchandise. Anyway, so at the merchandise table,
Culture sold his body for medical research, but they asked for a refund.
But Matt was so selfless that he actually took me back to the hotel that night, and he
Took
didn't
you
even
back
ask.
to the hotel.
He didn't even ask to
Tore
come
your
up.
blouse and made
No,
sweet
no,
love
no,
to you for
no.
hours.
On that
Did you
note,
do a reach around or what?
I just want to say,
Actually, Culture, he did tell me I got along better with Culture in person than we ever did on stream.
oh, he's a great guy. I mean,
He said
Culture's only a
he
dick
had
on
a
camera.
fantastic time hanging out with you in person.
Well, we just talked.
Well, he likes you on stream too, but he said,
No,
when we would butt heads a little bit on stream, none of that. It was fantastic time.
I just love it. And by the way, Andy Masterson, who's in chat, has
You know
a
what
web.
Culture didn't do around Mad?
The reach around.
Okay, I'm trying to promote.
No, he said that did happen in the car a couple times because Culture got real comfortable.
That's a lie. But stop. Andy Masterson's in the chat. He does sell me. He does. And he also sells Comix Division. You should check out Andy Masterson's shop if you want action figures of me and the Super Midget.
Andy Masterson gave me this.
Ooh.
At a meetup.
Yeah, I got one too.
All right, back to it. The Dead Man for $10. Thank you for that 10 in Culture Cash. Says, hello, CC. I just want to throw some love for the channel. Thank you. I often like CD's takes on the stream and on FNT. Well, yeah, he's not bad. 70s rock guy. Yeah, he's fine. You crack me up. Keep up the good work, everybody. I thank you, The Dead Man. Amazing. Dude Bro 420, what's up? Love it. Love it. So many people out here. Donovan Bradford checking in. You guys are great. Thank you for your support. Anything else out there? Moist? Just say moist. Anyway. All right. We have to start wrapping it. So kids, those of you who have not checked out Andy Masterson's place, those of you who have not checked out my place or any of that, check out beachpunk.com because that's one of the places I make money that I've never seen before because my producer probably absconds with it. And yeah, all that. Yes. On that note, guys, let's start with Tox. If you can put comics on the screen because, short people got no reason.
He's busy fighting a boss. Jeez.
I should have just gotten back to playing. Anyway. Hi. How's everyone doing? I'm Comix Division. You can go follow me on Twitter and YouTube at Comix Division. I stream with these chuckleheads, minus Graham for some reason, every Monday and Thursday. Of course, you can find me on Friday Night Tights every Friday, and I stream on Geeks and Gamers Tabletop, where we're playing the Crimson Throne. And of course, there's this whole thing called Beach Punk. You may have heard of it. CultureCasino likes to whine about it quite a bit. You should go out there and buy some merch. It really helps all of us. Cheers.
True.
Especially Graham.
Yes.
Especially.
I think that's the cue to move.
Yeah. I said cheers. We're done.
Beers.
Hey, what's up? I've been working on some stuff, starting a company, shifting some career stuff around. So that's exciting. So sooner rather than later, the return of Grahamcast Live will be coming directly to you. I'm going to try to broaden my horizons a little bit instead of keeping the sole focused on video games and comic books, opening it up a little bit to the greater news cycle. So that's in the works once I can find some time in the schedule. So keep an eye out. Coming your way. Back at you live, baby.
All right.
Oh,
that's him. Yeah, typing
chatting
away.
He caught me chatting to Brahma about hockey. So
yeah, making all kinds of noise. We thought that was
Brahma and I would be just chatting about hockey in the background. So. Well, that was an erudite, indeed, and cultured discussion. Culture.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Yes, very academic, lettered, intellectual, cultivated, and highbrow. So I've got a list of synonyms. Well, I apparently I do have a channel, that 70s rock fan. on here on YouTube and over on the Green Machine that shall not be named on YouTube.
Weird.
I don't think. And you'll find me on Twitter and Instagram and some other places where I do shows about a bunch of things like music and movies and Korean entertainment and various obscure things that a few people enjoy. Now, my weekly live show that used to be on a Monday afternoon is no longer on a Monday afternoon. It's going to be on a Wednesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time start. That's the new time slot for my weekly show. It's only talk and roll, and this week's show will be a celebration of Swedish power metal legends Sabaton, who are just about coming up to their 25th anniversary and have a movie out on Thursday night in the cinemas, which I'll go to see on Thursday night. So, and the other thing I'd like to plug is my good friend Brahma, and I do a very, very well received and highly rated show about hockey on Saturday nights on both our channels, Bourbon and Boarding. It's a lot of fun. Best hockey show on our channels in that time slot.
Of all time.
Of all time. So thank you and good night. Don't pick your nose when people are talking to you.
I didn't. I
Mm-hmm.
did that. Yeah, Brian covered Saturday. So I've got a stream on Tuesday nights that's a gaming stream. We'll be doing some Phasmophobia with the October Halloween event starting tomorrow. So we'll be streaming it Tuesday. I do the other stuff with comics. So I've got my Sunday show, which is all politics. And in honor of that, and in honor of our election being on Guy Fawkes Day, I wrote a new poem. So remember the 5th of November, the day that Trump won by a lot. I can think of no reason that the defeat of Marxism should ever be forgot.
Wow.
That's good.
Hey.
Cheers, all. Have a great night.
Bad, not bad for a white guy with no, education.
I've got a degree, bitch.
Okay, and what? Underwater basket weaving. All right.
Underwater
History
water
and
basket
poli
weaving
sci.
is a thing.
It is.
It's a thing. It's reputable.
What's that?
You know, it's funny when people that have got underwater basket weaving degrees can now laugh and point at people with gender studies degrees.
That's
right.
actually true.
Yes, they do have an actual skill now compared to
Yeah.
those people.
Oof. All right. Well, let's do this. We had a couple of late moment super dupers and members. I just want to say thank you to Tina Guzman twice over in your amazingness. A slice of cherry pie for $1.49. Thank you. If only cherry pie were that cheap now. More like $9.99.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
It's like thank you, Bidenomics. And after 17 months of membership, Tina decided to wave this in everybody's face. I haven't hung out with you all in person. You will. But it's still cool being here each Sunday. I love it. Thank you for being here. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, subscribe to the channel. I work really hard for each and every one of you.
He works hard for the money.
So hard for it, honey.
Yeah. He turns me right round.
It's a different.
Spins you right round, baby.
That sounded
How
very
did this
threatening.
devolve into meat spin?
Right.
I don't know.
It sounded very threatening how he said, "You will meet us."
You will meet us.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I just want to say that
Right.
my Blackhawks are the hockey team that keeps on giving. We gave a 4-2 win to the Stars yesterday, and we plan on giving a
Stars.
win to the Avalanche tomorrow. So
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
predict a win. I predict a win for the Hawks tomorrow.
Just
You're
a
insane.
just a reminder. I'll say it again. Andy Masterson has a website where you can buy me and comics and other people. Just saying.
where?
They sell our figures of action figures. Something. Oh, Mrs. Flu's coming. Thank you. Better meet me right now. Let me tell you.
Baby,
Definitely.
right now.
You gonna make it to a meetup? Let's do that. But check out Andy Masterson's website. If you're a mod and you're worth your salt, you'll post that.
Well,
What is
I'm
it
busy
called?
on the panel. Sorry.
It's some kind of like creating lab thingy. Lab of creation. Do hickory.
You mean mayhem?
Yeah, it's a doohickory mayhem lab of stuff and things. Speaking of that, inebriated Plutarch for 5 Culture Casino cash says shoe flap pie tastes better and won't nag you to take out the trash.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, I am trying to tell you that Andy has a website. He makes great stuff. I love the guy. I am Beach Punk Casino. I feel like I achieved the greatest goal.
The greatest love of all.
Wow.
Greatest
That's actually inside.
love
That's actually inside of me, guys. Come on now. On that note, talks
It's inside of culture.
Okay,
for a few minutes every day. You know?
Yeah. Everybody, it's the
The
laboratory,
of mayhem.
Check it out.
Website.
Yeah, check it out. Somebody promote him, please. Oh, by the way, so here's the thing. We're gonna wrap up the show. We're gonna do it in a professional way. You will you will say AOAO, and it'll be official. So, Tox,
what am I supposed to do?
I think. Do we have a commercial we play? Oh, we play a turtle thing. Play the turtle thing, and then do the outro thing. That way, we get AOAOs.
Yes, that is what I meant. I'm interested, Andy, to see how you two talk to him.
That'd actually be cool as hell.
Now I want Floral to make a puppet for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey,
he said he can't get members this big for me. So
hey, can you do me a favor?
I think it was the opposite, Tox. He said he couldn't find members small enough to
send a picture of your member.
I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know, my wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.
Okay, let's
Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough.
Keep your bets up.
Just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back.
So
oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play on your face to make you go take it back. I lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack a hold or two. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Face on the pavement.
Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes. I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back.
Oh, slats.
Hobo Gandalf just wants to be popular, brother. Oh, yeah.
Hobo Gandalf just wants a wrestling career.
Hey, Tox, do you know where that blue thing is?
I'm waving.
No.
What?
Drop the blue. Blue.
See y'all.
Ba-ba-dee-ba-boo-da.
Cheerio.
what?
Play the
I don't know
blue
where
thing.
that. I only know where that is on
Cheerio.
Comix's stream.
Oh, wow.
I know
Good
where
night,
this is.
everybody.
That's it. I'm heading.
No blue free.
Super
I'm so disappointed. Right
No.
There it is. Good night, everybody. I'm ending the stream now.
Yeah, you know, and I will.